I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. Cause I love you, baby. No, 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 no. Can't let you go. 'Cause I love you, 'cause I love you, yeah. There was a time I didn't have romance, but after I met you, I felt it was my chance. But nobody tells me good things about you, baby. I'm gonna stay right here, and I don't mean maybe, yeah. I can't let you go. I can't let you go, yeah. I can't let you go, yeah. I can't let, I can't let, I can't let, yeah. I can't let, I can't let, yeah. You can't tell me to let go, baby. 'Cause I love you, yeah. 'Cause I love you, yeah. I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. 'Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. hold it down. I know I might be.
There we go. Test, mic. Okay, there we go. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys all had a very, very good Tuesday. The market was okay. We saw a bit of growth, and as we kind of talked about in the morning video, we saw stocks kind of reach some nice little highs, and then they proceeded to kind of drag the way back down throughout the rest of the day. I think overall from Bitcoin, we're going to have a pretty interesting week here. I'm hoping for more consolidation, and I'll be talking to you guys about that in a few minutes. But overall, guys, we're still okay. Nothing really crazy going on right now. Maybe have a double dip in the next few hours. But, yeah, not much has changed here. So let's talk about that and a little bit more here. Hope you guys all had a fantastic, fantastic day, though. All right, so let's actually take a quick little peek over here, just as a little bit of a recap. We bounced off of this Fibonacci level, some Gann levels, some support levels. There was a lot of support converging at this moment in time, and it worked out pretty well no matter which of these support levels you guys were using. Over the last few hours, probably best to just go off of this chart right here. Kind of a recap of what we talked about this morning. Let me go to the hour chart. We talked about how, the market was dragging Bitcoin up by its bootstraps, but, you wanted to be careful because when how did I phrase it? It's rare that we go up this fast for a long period of time. We're going to have to break down below it, which we officially have here, and we're going to have to consolidate. And then what I tried to talk to you guys about is eventually I don't think we're going to be crashing down below this low here. This is my opinion. I'm hoping the stock market can kind of hold up from here. But my hope here is for a little bit more of a reversal in the short term. So, a little bit of a bear market rally, nothing too crazy. Maybe I'm being too optimistic here, time will tell. But I'm hoping that we can consolidate here and just make some type of higher low here. So maybe only fall down to 19,500, maybe only fall down to 19,000. But ultimately not fall all the way back down here below 17,000. What was the low right here on the tether chart? 17,662 or 622, excuse me. I'm hoping we don't fall back down below that level. And the way I kind of drew it out for you guys is we're going to break down eventually. And then when we break down, we'll bounce off of we'll bounce somewhere. And then that'll be a good opportunity for you to have another trend line there. And that'd be another move for you guys to trade here. But okay, let me do this right here. Yeah, you're seeing most everything down just a little bit. The ones that had the biggest returns today, technically, they're having, since we have a new day candle, those are the ones coming down a little bit more, like a Sheeb. Sheeb had a fantastic day today. Bounced, got rejected off of some very simple support levels, seemingly resistance levels, and it was a good play here. But okay, let's kind of drag this back down. I'm wearing my Apple Watch again. Normally, you guys know I wear that not diamond watch. It has diamonds in it, but it's gold watch. And I'm not used to the watch vibrating on me, so it freaks me out a little bit here. But okay. If we're just going to put up a simple Fibonacci retracement level here, and we kind of test this out, I think we might head back over here to maybe 19,685 or maybe all the way down here to 19,100-ish levels before we have a nice pivot. We'll have to see. The only reason I'm saying right now that we might be heading down a little bit more is if I hop on over here to the CNBC, you guys can see that futures are actually down right now. After a pretty moderately good day, not great, but for a bear market, it's an okay day, right? We have the Dow down about 121 points, or 0.4%, S&P down 0.42%, and the NASDAQ down about 0.43%. Oil right now, after coming up a little bit today, I think it's actually gone down back negative here. So I'll make a move right there, take that off the screen. But if we go back over here to the 4-hour, you'll see that on the 4-hour chart, we got rejected by the Fibonacci resistance level. And it seems like that was the big thing a lot of people were waiting for. If you want to get more bullish on Bitcoin at this moment in time, for this little bit of a rally, or if the stock market rallies as well, we need to actually close above this, hopefully on a daily candle. That would at least move us back up here so we can start worrying about 21,400 being our bottom, our top being somewhere around 22,759, a little bit more of a consolidation, which I think everybody's going to be hoping for. If we kind of go back over here to the 15-minute chart, if you guys were looking at it today, you'll see that we came up here temporarily, and then all of a sudden, we just got shorted back down, and meanwhile, the market was coming back down just a little bit, and of course, Bitcoin falls down a lot more than the market here. Okay, one little quick peek at the NASDAQ here. This is the weekly chart, probably less best to go over to the daily chart. We're still consolidating. What I would hope to see here is if Bitcoin can try to close the gap here, or just break out above this level of support that we had before, this resistance. So you can see, NASDAQ popped up early morning and grinded slowly. I think ultimately we can still do the same thing day after day and just have these grinding moves up, because what's happening right now is I think some people in the market are believing that this is some type of short-term bottom. I don't really believe that this is going to be. They're trying to trade it as if it's a bear market rally, which a lot of people think it might be, right? But I think you're going to see a lot more skepticism this time just because we're so close to that 200 weekly moving average. So I'm going to keep a close eye on it. If you guys saw the membership video today, basically all we talked about is the fact that a lot of these stocks that we look at here in the options markets, stock market, whatever, a lot of them, they all had a lot. Some of them had really good days in the oil markets, whatever. Nvidia was up 4%. We didn't really see many breakouts though. And until we actually start to see some breakouts, that might happen sometime in the next week or two. I don't think you're going to see much booming going off on the entire market. You're going to have to be more selective on certain plays. Like this morning, I don't know if I have it on this chart. Which chart would I actually have that on? Is it not this one? Maybe on the 4-hour chart it'll show up. Well, here. Tesla got rejected here, but it was a nice day trade right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Maybe a 5-minute chart. So we opened up, broke out above it. That was your buy signal. It grinded up. We got rejected off the first time. We kind of broke above it a few times over here, but ultimately rejected. I wonder if I actually make this more precise. I think, yeah, if I made this more precise, I don't think this would actually be a clear breakout. Yeah, now you guys, if I make it precise here, you can see that Tesla got rejected once, twice, 3 times you gone, whatever. And so there was some technical plays if you guys wanted to do some day trading, but all the breakouts that we're really hoping for, a lot of them aren't going to be happening for the next few weeks here. So that's why I'm hoping we can start to see some stronger moves. Like a line from here to here. That line would probably straight up. A line from here to here. Sorry, guys, I know there's no line on the screen. It's all in my head. I'm hoping we could break above that line, and that'd be more of the start of a bear market rally that we could be really excited about. Right now, we're consolidating, which is fine. It's better than falling like a rock, right? For Bitcoin's prices, at least. And then, over the next few weeks, or a week or two, then we could have a nice big boom. Or if we have a big boom this week, another big boom next week, that'll make us break out a lot sooner, obviously. But okay. Now to kind of back up here, everybody, and let's go over to the daily. Dogecoin had a nice boom, got rejected by the 20-day moving average, got fairly close to this trend line up here. Maybe over the next few days, if we're lucky, Bitcoin will have Dogecoin will have the opportunity to get up here. That might be kind of exciting. And hey, Alfred, thank you very much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. We can't see the charts. Oh my gosh, you guys are right. Yes, you guys are. I gotta stop talking like that. It's gonna be a weird one. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let me recap here. Jesus. Sorry, guys. Not much sleep this week, as you guys know. Let me just do a recap. It's very simple, though. I promise. It's very simple. You go to the 4-hour chart. We were rejected by the Fibonacci extension level here. We got close to breaking out above it. That's the first thing, okay? Second thing here is the NASDAQ. If I can find the NASDAQ over here on the watch list. Okay. I just want to see over the next few days if the Nasdaq's going to be able to gap up and break above the 11,747 level. If we're able to do that, we have a strong possibility of going into a bear market rally, having a little more boom on the market, okay? If you guys are part of the membership program here in your Sapphire or Diamond level memberships, I will give you guys little videos about how I think the market's doing, and I'll give you guys more optimistic posts or kind of more, it's still middle of the road post. Right now, we're still in the middle of the road as far as the stock market. We're kind of consolidating, but we're too far. There are too many stocks that are too far away from the breakout points, so it's going to be hard for any big moves to come up anytime soon. It doesn't mean the stock market's not going to have a good time out here. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want some crystal clear buy signals, you're going to have to wait a little bit of time. The only buy signal that I had today was Tesla, and this is the chart that I was just talking about. If I go over here to the 5-minute chart, and we look at it from the morning, we opened up here, broke out right there. That was your buy signal if you guys wanted to trade options or just stocks if you guys wanted to trade this as well. It pumped up here, consolidated for a while, and then both times it tried to break out of that larger multi-day trend line, we got rejected down. Okay, this was the only big thing that I saw break out today, as far as what I've been looking at. So take your time and pick your stocks if you guys are trading stocks right now. It's not going to be every stock, so not all stocks are going well, all stocks are doing bad. You're going to see some mixed results right now. In other words, if you guys can go over here and maybe see behind my head here, and thanks for letting me know, guys, again. Let me zoom in here very fast so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, 250 is the max here. So you can see like some of the ones we talk about on the membership: PM, LHX, Harris Technologies, Apple. You have some things that are up, you have some things that are down. Facebook is down 4% today. Home Depot is down, Lowe's is down. Mostly everything else was up a little bit here. Oil stocks booming, really nice to see that. I'm all out of oil stocks right now. Maybe I'll buy this dip. I'm not entirely sure. I'm a little bit more cautious. I think oil will go higher, but I want to see how the market reacts. Biden's threatening some executive action stuff against the oil corporations, which is kind of scaring me a little bit here as far as their market stocks. Okay. 110 will be fine. Okay. But that was basically the gist of everything I just said, more of a simplified manner. Now, coming back over here, because the futures market is... Put that right back. There we go. Since the futures market is currently red at this point in time, Dow is down 0.39, a little bit higher than what it was a few minutes ago. S&P is down 40, and NASDAQ is down 0.41. You might see a little bit more of a drop coming here over the next few hours. Let's see how that really performs. We've broken down below the 50 moving average here after getting rejected. I want to see if we can at least try to hold the $20,000 level, but that doesn't seem as likely if we get a big drop here. If the floor falls out because the market goes back down, we may be coming all the way back down here to 19,670 or 19,181. What do I say this? Ultimately, I just want to see a higher low form here. Even if the low is over here, I don't care. I just want to be able to draw another trend line that's much less aggressive. So something more like this, where we can consolidate for a much longer period of time and maybe have a consolidation where either we break down and that's a clear shorting opportunity, or gives us enough time to at least try to consolidate to have a move back up here on the daily chart to maybe 22,000, maybe even as far as the $24,000 resistance level, kind of thinking of the 20-day moving average. That's the real big thing I'm looking for right now, guys. It's just that. By this point in time, let's open the daily candle. You can see we're clearly just getting rejected off of some of those Fibonacci levels. Retracement, now that we have a top, and right here we were not able to close above it. It was nice though while we were up there today. And if you guys are looking for coins to short right now, probably the coins that had the biggest moves today, like a Doge coin, might be okay to short. I'd be careful with that one because Elon could tweet and just pop it up, right? Sheeb had a fantastic day. There we go. Look at that. Still holding above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. The minute we close down below that, I think that'd be a strong short. And you can see right now, most likely this is going to want to come down even more. If for whatever reason it starts to charge back up, just have a stop loss there to protect yourself. Now, here we go. Now that we're all caught up, let me go over here very fast, guys, and let's go over to Ethereum. Let's go to Auto. You can see a lot of stuff kind of in no man's land with not many breakouts occurring on the majority of these stocks here. Higher lows were kind of broken, but at least we still have a higher low, I guess, from here to here for ADA. Ethereum Classic, you're seeing a lot of stuff look like it wants to curl, right? Dollar index, we don't have to worry about. Oh, yeah. Dollar index, we may be having another surge here pretty soon. That may be bad for Bitcoin and the markets. We'll have to wait and see. There's a little bit of a, I don't know, I don't want to call it a calamity, but the Japanese yen is having some problems right now, and that is affecting the strength of the dollar. I don't exactly know why the yen is falling so much. Let me see if I can find it here very fast. Yeah, yen sinks to fresh 24-year low versus the U.S. dollar. So the Japanese yen plunged again on the U.S. dollar on Tuesday to the lowest level since October 1998, as the Bank of Japan's ultra-loose monetary policy was in stark contrast with an aggressive Federal Reserve determined to stamp out soaring inflation. Extending losses, which had given already seen it shed more than 18% of its value versus the greenback this year. So, the Federal Reserve raise interest rates, attack. Japanese yen, we're chill. Right? The monetary bank system, we're fine. So you're seeing two different ways of, you're seeing two different approaches here. I don't know which one's going to work out here. I think there's two vastly different economies, but it is going to be interesting going forward. Back over here to STMX. Probably best go day chart. You're just seeing everything run up into some level of resistance. She was the big one, 50-day moving average, FTM, 20-day moving average, Matic. Actually, Matic didn't really run into anything too crazy here. No. Litecoin, anything. 20 AXS, nothing, Gala. So what I'd be hoping for over the next few days here, if you guys are looking for more of altcoins, once we start breaking above those moving averages, if Bitcoin's having a good day, that'll be a nice time for you guys to buy and particularly do some day trading if that's you guys' style. Otherwise, if Bitcoin manages to break above, I want to say, and close above this Fibonacci level, not the retracement ones. Let me get rid of those here for you guys. But this resistance level up here of about 21,407-ish. That's where to get much more excited. I'm hoping that we have a little bit more of a dip and buy. I think a lot of people are going to try to buy around here over the next few days. Hopefully tonight if we have a good enough dip. Okay. Now, is this actually accurate? Let me check something out here. Yeah, that's not accurate. Because we already broke down below this level. For now, I'll keep this up here as far as the breakdown's concerned. Let's get a magnet over here. All right, there you go. And again, just because we're breaking down from this does not mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean we're coming back down below 17,670. You know that? No. It just means we have to consolidate a little bit more, and I'm hoping we'll have a stronger move up. After this bad of a move, I believe we really have to have some type of cool down period here. I know everything's still ick, but I think we do need a cool down period, and I'm hoping we can get one. Okay, let's bounce that back out here. We want to go to the 2s. There you go, and let's go 1. There we go, and let's make this 15. Yeah, that should be fine for us right now. Okay, but if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Sorry about the little mix-up in the beginning. I'm probably going to take a day off this week. My head is, tired. Not from particularly YouTube stuff, but, yesterday I got the air conditioning and everything set up in the house. Today was Loki's bath day. Lack of sleep, probably. I don't know. Okay, what's going on right here? Right here. And hey, Justin, there's no new member video. Let me see if I can find it. It would be market update 621. Market update 621 right there. I don't know why. I don't know why. Some people get notifications, some people don't. I don't exactly know the YouTube system. So if you ever want to see if I have a new member video, go to the channel, go to the main page. All right. And if you go over here to community, this is just every now and again, you go down, you actually see only members who I guess will be able to see this post, visible to diamond and sapphire level if I hover over it. And I just said, nice day, but I haven't seen many breakouts. Day trading or preparing for later in the week should be good. Tesla broke out, which was great if you had the technicals from last week. But yeah. So that's something that I had posted earlier. I don't know why they don't really... I think it's just because the videos aren't allowed to be seen by everybody. So YouTube, the mechanism of how it sends it out is a little bit different there. And hey, Discount Killer, I've tried many times to draw fibs and Gann fans as described in your tutorials, but my charts never look... even closer to tutorials. I have no clue what I'm doing wrong. There's a few different factors there. So the first one may be that I'm using Bitcoin Tether charts. Maybe you're using Bitcoin USD charts. Bitcoin USD charts are much longer in time. So if we go look at this Tether chart and I just open up the monthly chart, you can see how this monthly chart right here, it starts in August of 2017. But if I were to go over here to the Coinbase Bitcoin chart, this one starts in July 1st of 2010, right? So vastly different charts here. And so when I'm doing Gann fan levels and things like this, I know you're not seeing all the Gann fans because I've hidden a lot of them, but what's a good way to do this? When I'm using Fibonacci levels and Fibonacci retracements, there's a couple ways to do it. You're going to find your extreme low or any low you want to be using that works. You're going to drag it all the way up to the all-time high. We're just going to use this as an example right here. And then once you're here, if it doesn't look like it matches up, what you can do is you can go over here to settings. If you scroll down just a little bit, all the way down here, there's going to be this little bit of a line that says a little bit of checkbox at the very, very bottom hidden. Says fib levels based on log scale. If you click that one on, it should adjust you see how all the colors in the background, how they're changing up a little bit? That may help out a little bit as well. It might make it a little bit more accurate. And then I always have my chart set to log on. You do not have to have that. In fact, normally I have log off most of the time. But with crypto, with the volatility, it's really a kind of a helpful tool to have it turned on. So if I turn this okay, you'll see that now, using the Fibonacci retracement level, we had support right here, and we had support right here before eventually bouncing off into the future whatsoever. But if we had this fib level based on log scale checked off, then this really wasn't too much of a use for you. Maybe if you were on a 4-hour chart. So let me go back in time here. This is gonna be a little bit different because I'm zoomed in for you guys. But let's go all the way back over here in time. Oops, I did something I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, there we go. I probably should not be dragging everything. Not much of the stuff here is locked. Can I just... Okay, let's just go to the daily chart. That'll be fine by me. There we go. Okay. And you'll see if we go for the first one that didn't look too accurate on the weekly charts, it actually held up pretty darn well. Which one would be which, though? We're going to start from here. This one worked well. Support, 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 support. Support, kind of. Not really the best one. Support there. Didn't really work out too much there. Eventually came down. Found a low spot that temporarily came down. And then, we eventually kind of rallied back up there. So that's one way to do it like that. As far as Gann fans, that's a whole different type of thing to work on. I can't really show it to you in the easiest way here. Let me go back over to the weekly. Let me go back over here to 110 zoom in speed. Let me go back over here to this. Okay. Maybe I'll try to make another Gann fan tutorial for you guys because they are very useful. But again, there are so many Gann fans you could add to any chart. Just because yours don't look like mine don't mean they're not going to be as accurate. So for these Gann fans that you guys are looking at, these ones are the 45-degree angles were from the lows of 2020 crash, and the highs from the 2021 one. So how do I say this? This one up here that's coming down at a negative 45-degree angle, you wouldn't actually have access to this one until we had the highs of 2021, and then maybe a week or two to kind of determine, death crosses here, this may be the official high, right? But as far as the bottom one going up 45 degrees, you're going to have that the day we have that big move down, and probably a few weeks after we consolidate, like, okay, we're going back up. Now you can start using that level, and we haven't actually even come into contact with a 3-to-1 yet. I don't even know, when's the last time we came into contact with this one? Right here, and you can see we bounced off of it, right there. You guys can't see, but we bounced off of it. But as far as Gann fans, the key about those ones is I move back over here to regular Bitcoin. Let's go back over here to the 1-minute chart. How to describe it? Maybe I'll make another tutorial, but you can have Gann fans right now on the lows from the 2021 summer crash, that little bit of a drought we had before reaching all-time highs. You can put the lows at 2020. You can put the lows at 2018. If you go with the Coinbase USD Bitcoin chart, you can have the lows be all the way back down to 2015, or there was a little bit of a not as low point 2014, but the 2015 one is more accurate. So you can use all those levels and use, and that's how I would say to do it. If you have questions about it, let me know what's not turning out, and I can, if you go to Discord, send a picture of me of what your chart looks like. I may be able to find what's the problem there. Just be careful that when you are setting up Gann fans, you don't move the chart too much. You really just want the chart like here. Let me just do this for you very fast. Tesla's going to be such a brat to do it on. Let me see if I can do it with Apple or something like that. So here's the weekly chart for Apple. All right. If we're going to go off of some really extreme lows, maybe we can go off of 2018, maybe COVID. Let's just go with COVID. There's two different ways we can do it here. We'll do two. So I'll do this because you're a member. I appreciate that. You're going to add a horizontal line here and another horizontal line at the all-time highs up here. If I can find the all-time highs, that is 182.13, and this is 182.94. Okay. All right. So once you have those two levels there for a Fibonacci extension, or Gann fan, excuse me, you're going to add a vertical line to the bottom. Okay, to that low point, you're just going to add a vertical line. This is just for a reference. After you do that, let me put this, I don't like using this whole thing with the crossbars on it. There we go. You're going to draw a trend angle, and then, let me go right here. From there, you're just going to drag it on there. You're going to want to do a negative 45-degree angle. You're going to want to make sure it's somewhat on there. It doesn't have to be completely accurate, even though the more accurate, the better it is. But this is just a quick tutorial. And then after that, you want to lock it, just so you can't drag it off and make a mistake and move it by accident. I do that way too much. So that's just me being extra cautious because I'm not that good at not making mistakes here. So drag this down here. Again, what you're going to do is another 45-degree angle. One going down is going to be negative 45-degree angle. There we go. And again, lock it. Now, from here, you see, notice how I didn't really move anything around. You're not going to change the X or Y axis. It's not going to change at all. You're going to put a Gann fan level on your chart. Okay, so give me a second because I have mine set up so a lot of them are hidden. It's best that I just show all these to you so you can see what it looks like when you're actually setting it up. There you go. You might even have a little bit of a background opacity, so opacity, whatever it is. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that out. And then you're gonna this 1-to-1 line, the one that's following your mouse. You're gonna layer it on top of that 45-degree angle. Hit lock again, one more time from the top side, right here. There you go. Lock it again, and then after you can do that, you go over to the daily chart. You can do this from the daily or the weekly chart, but when you do it from the daily chart, there's just so much more information, and it's hard to really time the bottom here when you're trying to do the clicks. But now you can kind of zoom in. You can see we find a little bit of support here. This one wasn't really too accurate for us. It wasn't. So this means to me, after spending that much time talking to you guys, this isn't the right bottom to be using for the Gann fans. This is not the one that's being honored the most here. So what I'd probably do is this. Well, how did the weekly chart react to it? Held, didn't hold. Way too choppy. I mean, you can see the weakness there, which symbolizes we were going to be going down over the next few weeks, but that's not going to really help you from day-to-day action. So what you would do instead now is, if you wanted to use this, because it still might be useful, you would get rid of every single line that doesn't really need to be used anymore. Like the one, we already passed that one, we're taking that one off. We can keep that one on, we can keep that one on. Right now we don't need to worry about those two because we just have the next level of support there. And then as far as the one coming down, I mean, we don't need that one, 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 sure. We don't need to worry about the 8 to 1. The 8 to 1 didn't even help us out, maybe just 1 week. Okay. We're going to see if those lines do something in the future. And then what you're going to do is look for the next low. You're going to drag it out, right? And once you find one for stocks, it usually works out pretty well. Again, 45-degree angle, drag, 45-degree angle, drag. Let's make sure this is set to properly, 45. I'm not going to lock anything here, just make it go a little bit faster. 45. Again, Gann fans, it's going to be a process again. I don't like how, I wish I could reset it every time they just have it like this. There you go. All right, let's go here, drag it back on top of that point. 1-to-1. There we go. And let's go to this low point. Let's go 1-to-1 again. Okay. And now going from the lows of 2018, and probably best to lock this now, actually, before I start zooming in here and making a fool of myself on live stream. This is locked. That's locked. Okay. Now if we go over here to the weekly chart, now you can see we bounced off of here, eventually broke down, then we came down to the 8-to-1, and that's what we're holding so far, so good. And if we go over to the daily chart, it looks a little bit easier. Held. Finally broke down, sell signal, buy signal, and here we are, right? So it'll take some time, but there's so many different ways you can do it because there's so many different lows. Hopefully that will help you out because, it's going to be hard. You saw I didn't get it on my first attempt. It took me 2 times. But again, there are Gann fans that work, maybe from this low and maybe from this low and maybe from over here and this low and this low. You just got to kind of work it out a little bit. It gets a little bit harder with stocks sometimes just because stocks have so many splits. So, Apple, I mean, at one point Apple was at 7 cents, but it's had to do splits over time, just like how Tesla has, just how Amazon just did. That's kind of how you do it in a simple sense. Maybe I'll make a more in-depth tutorial kind of going a lot slower. I think I have a video, I don't know, it's like a 15-minute video. Maybe I'll try to extend it out to a half an hour, kind of showing the side things, like the multiple steps that you might have to do if the first one doesn't work out for you. But, hopefully that helped you out a little bit there. And then, of course, if you wanted to, now that we have this is, excuse me, gosh. Too much water today. Probably go back to the weekly chart actually here. Now what you could do again is you could simply just go over here and get rid of all the lines that you don't need. Oh, I guess that'd be this one is the one that I need to delete everything off of. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Not in use. Not in use. Not in use. We don't need that anymore. 3 to 1. That's far away, but yeah, we'll use it. That one right there. And then coming down here, we're still dealing with the 8 to 1, so we really don't have to worry about anything else except for the 8 to 1 until we break down below it. And then what that allows you to do is it allows you to add your other Fibonacci retracement levels and stuff like that. Like, I probably should put the magnet on here for it to be more precise. So now you have stuff like this, and now you can see that, hey, you know, while a lot of people might have shorted this breakdown of the Fibonacci level thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to go down, now you can see there's a little bit of a trap because of the Gann level. So that kind of gave you a little bit more information to say, hey, you know, be careful. You might want to short this breakdown, but not this breakdown. You know, so you can kind of start putting more things together. And then if you wanted to, you could always, you know, turn off this little thing, fib levels based on log scale. And you can see, you know, actually this one's not too different off here, is it? Let me see. No, I mean, not too much. I mean, we get the support level right there, and we get support level right there. From there, that bounce, resistance level right there. So yeah, it works. But you can start adding some more tools into it, and that way your chart doesn't look completely cluttered. And then, of course, you guys can just delete the 45-degree angle lines after you're done with them, because you really don't need those. Which one is that? There you go there. And that's the Fibonacci extension tool line. And if you really wanted to get creative, you could... what do I get this thing? Levels line. No, that's not what I want to do. Trend line. You can make it a dotted line so you're seeing less stuff here, or maybe even, you know, customize it to 24 so you guys can see all the numbers and stuff like that. You can do a bunch of stuff on these charts once you get used to it. But, yeah, hopefully that kind of gave you a little bit of idea of why I use Gann fans and how it's not always the easiest way to set them up. But after you do a little bit of trial and error on finding those different lows, it can help you say, whoa, look at this. You know, Apple's found some really nice, strong support right there. The moment Apple breaks down below that, oh my gosh, we're probably going to be looking for a little bit of a drop from 135 to 118. There might be another Gann level that I'm not looking at, but, you know, maybe off of this low or this low. But when that comes, I'll check it out. But usually, you know, Gann you don't use them too far out. Bitcoin, you can go back to 2015 and use those Gann levels. But ultimately, it's not going to be the, you know, the craziest thing in the stock market here just because of all the splits and so forth. So last thing here, if I go to main Bitcoin Ganns here, which chart was it on this one though? Maybe this one. And you can see today Bitcoin got rejected off of a Gann level too. There was a Fibonacci level as well, and you know we talked about that. But you know, they're everywhere. Go to the weekly chart. Before we drop down here, remember I told you guys this was the first time we had ever broken down below this Gann level since it opened up in 2015, right? First time ever. Closed below weekly, and what happened? We proceeded to have a pretty devastating drop. Gann level did not work. Gann level kind of worked, but there was other support levels here that another Gann level that was more important. So, you know, you can see we stopped there for like a day, few days, then continued coming down. So you can use it all. I prefer to use them when it comes to swing trading, and you'll see we actually closed down below it on a daily, but we were looking for the weekly close below it. Okay, enough of that stuff. But yeah, if you guys have any questions like that, I'm always happy to answer that. I just kind of get into a little bit of a rant sometimes. We don't need to be on Bitcoin Ganns. We don't really need to worry about Apple right now. Let's go to YouTube. No, let's go to a watch list. Put this back up to the NASDAQ. And you can do the similar things here for the NASDAQ, right? You can do this one, see if it works, see if this one works. Probably go to the monthly chart here. See if the financial crisis lows work or the dot-com bubble works. All of them will have meaning. It's just that sometimes you're not even going to worry about using these yet, because if I just added a 45-degree angle line to this, 45, probably another best do this right here. There we go. You'll see that we're like so far away from any one of these lines, there's no point to actually having it on the chart. And as time goes on, you'll be kind of able to see this in your head. not like this exact, but kind of like, hey, the 2-to-1 should be somewhere over here, and I'm in like a pretty wide bandwidth. But you have an idea of like, hey, I don't need to be using it just yet. And then if you go over here to the weekly chart, you'll see that there's some issues here that, I mean, if I was more precise, this might be actually support level here. But you can see that, hey, it wasn't always accurate anyway. So why would you really be using it in the first place, right? So, okay. There we go. Back over here. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. And hey, can too much sativa, Mike? No, I haven't had weed in like 2 weeks now, something like that. I lost my vape pen. What I've been doing is drinking wine. That's been my coping mechanism for being tired and just wanting to chill out. It's been a glass of wine. I think this week I've drank like 3.5 bottles of wine. 3 bottles of wine? Yeah. I mean, okay, not really drink the whole bottle. I kind of drink what I want, and I just cork it up, and I will give it to like a friend or my mom if she wants some wine. So I'm not really drinking all of it, but I will open up a bottle every now and again. I have to pick up a box of like 12 bottles of wine because I haven't picked it up. I haven't picked up my monthly shipments in a while now. And they get mad at me if I wait too long. It's like, hey, Michael, you kind of taking up part of our shop. We need it out. I go to a mom and pop shop for wine. Let's see. I watched the Key and Peele videos too. Oh, yeah, Michael, I watched the one today where it was like, okay. It was a great video. I always need a good laugh when I'm chilling at home. Do you still think there's a good chance Bitcoin might go to 10K? Or we're just retesting 17K is the worst scenario? I still think Bitcoin can go down to 14K. 10K is possible. At this moment in time, I still think we do have a little bit more bearish view in front of us. And that's mostly because the market, in my opinion, we've priced in a lot of bad stuff, but we haven't had the really bad famine stuff yet. We haven't had to... We haven't hit peak inflation, I guess I would say, right? So I think once we hit peak inflation, I think that's when we're going to start to turn around as far as Bitcoin. And by turn around, I mean not fall anymore, just kind of go stagnant for a few months. It's still a possibility, but I would say, anywhere 17 to 14K is a good bottom for me right now. If things get really, really bad, we'll fall down below that. I want to see how bad this potential recession is going to be. More economists are saying we're heading for a recession now. I mean, we're kind of convinced we're heading for a recession, right? But I think it's going to be mild. I want to start saying, when the economists start talking about a recession, are they saying, or, when they start doing it more frequently now, are they going to be saying, hey, the world's ending type of recession? Or is it just, hey, it's going to be a manageable recession to like a one kind of set in motion on purpose by the Federal Reserve to raise unemployment rates, to stop wages going up and stuff like that. So that's what I'm waiting to see here. But yeah, it's still possible to get those levels. Let's see. See, and hey, D's. So, Mike, I did some research on the Nasdaq. Not even the 2001 recession and 2008 crash ever broke the monthly RSI low. We're about 2/3 or 2/4 out of it. What would it break now? So let me pull that up very fast just for the Nasdaq. And you're going off. Do I have the RSI on here? Probably not. Not on this particular chart. RSI. You're talking about RSI, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh, double clicked it. Oh, okay. Let me show you guys something here. Let me go to... How do I want to do this? Why is this 2 RSIs? There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay. That might make it work out a little bit better. Time frame chart. Okay, RSI 14. Okay. Monthly. And let's go to auto. Okay. Okay, zoom out a little bit here. Okay. Dot-com bubble, we came down as low as about 33. Here, back in 2008, we came down as low as 29, 28. Currently, we are at 43 or so. Yeah, I think we could definitely come down a lot more and have a crash. Now, by crash, excuse me, I don't mean we're coming all the way back down here or even here or even here, but I mean we can definitely come down another 20-30% for the market and then have a nice little rally there and then, you know, start going back into blissful land and stuff like that. So yeah, we still have a lot of downside here. If I can just open this up, there we go. So dot-com bubble, 2008 financial crisis. We are still well off from actually hitting those levels. We can definitely get come down more as far as the monthly RSI is concerned. Weekly, a little bit different. Got low here, got low here. We're there. Actually, we're a little bit above it actually right now. We're kind of consolidating here. But yeah, we can still come down even more. Yeah. And part of the reason here is, as much as the 90s were a great time and everything like that, well, as far as I know, I was a kid, and we had these little big market moves, the market cap here is nothing compared to the market cap right here. There's much more, what do you want to call it, globalization. There's much more foreign capital in our markets, and there's much more liquidity being pumped in by the Federal Reserve. So it's going to be much easier for all that money to just kind of disappear as the market kind of comes down, if that makes sense. So yeah, we still have, we can still have another crash if that's what you're asking. Yes, we can still have a crash from here. And there's Bitcoin taking a little bit of a dip here as well. What's right here? Oh, excuse me. But sorry guys, let me catch up to some of the things. I got to make sure I answer the members' questions. It's an early melatonin nighty night, Mike. Guys, I do have melatonin. It's literally right here. I just keep forgetting to take it. And I just hop in my bed, and then all of a sudden I'm on my phone. And then I'm like 5 hours later, I'm like, oh, I'm still on my phone, and I have no idea why. I'm usually thinking, I'm a workaholic, so I'm usually just thinking about work, aka what I'm going to do with the YouTube channel, stuff like that. And I'll work from my bed sometimes. So last night I was trying to set up a schedule for videos, because I'm going to do some budgeting videos. So there's going to be like a basic budgeting video where I can teach you the basics of budgeting. And the second one will be more of an advanced one where you're going through your balance sheet, your bank reports, what are they called? Monthly reports, whatever it is. And you kind of go down to what you need, what you don't. And then maybe using tools like Truebill and stuff like that. They're not sponsoring anything, but, you know, tools that kind of help you out a little bit to say where you're spending your money, because I'm going to try to... one of my friends asked me if I would make this a new series for him. It's like budgeting. So there's going to be like a budgeting video. But then there's going to be like a budgeting video, like budgeting to get out of the hood, so to speak, right? To manage your money so you can have generational wealth. Because I have a lot of friends, like I still know from school. I don't talk to them too much, but, you know, every now and again we still meet up. But they still live in Salishan, where I told you, like, now it's a much nicer place, but still for lower income families. Salishan, where I grew up, when it, you know, every few minutes, and stuff like that. But basically, a more, I don't know. My friend said a hood version. I don't know how to describe it in a different way. Get out of lower income housing, so to speak, right? And how to do it the proper way. And in my opinion, you know, it's going to be much more of a blunt video. So it'll be interesting if you guys want to watch it. Even if you guys aren't living in the ghetto, so to speak, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to say the least. I will be using probably different language and all that other type of stuff, but being more practical about what you're spending money on and stuff, things of that nature. Let's see. Hey, Wolf of Wall Street, short Ethereum, all short Bitcoin. There you guys go. And hey, thanks, Luis. I appreciate it, my man. What would you do at the moment with a short from 26K? Wait, what would you do at the moment with the short from 27.6? 27.6. Okay, personally, I would have already been out of it when we hit that 17,800 support level that we were talking about over the last few days, as far as that big support block that we're looking at. But if you're still holding on to it right now, and again, this is not financial advice. This is kind of how I would trade normally. If I'm still in it now, I might wait to see if I can get a little bit more of a money out of this potential drop right here. Just kind of do a little bit of penny pinching, which you don't have to do. But I would scale out a portion of my position just to really lock in some gains here. And then with that money, if you wanted to hold on and wait a couple more weeks for potential another drop down to, you know, 17,000 again, 14K, whatever it may be, then you can do that, and you can always you could always try to wait for another pattern to break out. So, right now we're looking at a pretty aggressive trend line here. We want something more like this where it's more gradual. If we have that and we break down below that, that might be another opportunity to reinvest some money for a short if you wanted to do that there. But normally for me, I like to lock in my gains as we go along. That way I don't have to worry about things after the bounces occurred, because this bounce was pretty freaking forceful, right? But yeah, I'm the type of guy who would close part of the position personally. I would just close part of it, take the profits, keep some in the bank though, just because it looks like it wants to come down even more. You could close it now, you could close it later. It's really up to you. Yeah, but for me, again, I'm more of a cautious trader, so I'm not really in the business of making the most money. I'm just in the business of making consistent money. So, if you have a nice short that's from all the way over here, the first breakdowns and such, yeah, by all means, you could either decide to continue holding it for more profits over the next few weeks, or you could lock in some gains here, lock in the whole gains, or lock in just part of it and wait it out to see what happens, adding some type of stop loss around maybe the 22,769 level or something like that. So if the price does go up, you've at least locked in some gains down here, and you've locked in some gains right here. So no matter what, you're at least walking away with a profit of 27,600. You said, yeah, but up here, broke down below the Gann fan level. You would at least walk away with 17%, 18% profit at the minimum, plus the whatever you lock down here at 25, 26%, right? And if you have a leverage position, whatever, you're still making a lot of money off of that trade. So that's how I personally would do it. But again, I'm a little overly cautious. We may, I still have shorts that are still open from this last drop we had over the past few days after we broke down below the 20,100 level. I closed about 75% of that position, and I still have 25% left over. And my stop loss is actually that that Fibonacci level right up here. Waiting to see if we come back up there. If not, it'll trigger. I'll make some money still. But it's going to be a little bit difficult. Oh, wait, actually, this one? No, where is it? Oh, sorry, it was right here. Yeah, 22,000. So I'll walk away with nothing for that rest of that trade. Sorry, not this first one. This is a little bit different right there. All right. Bloop. There we go. All right. My melatonin has put me on the couch and I'll fall asleep in 5 minutes. Yeah, if I took melatonin right now, you guys would notice the effects on me within like 15 minutes or so. I'd be completely out of it. That'd not be a good thing. What's right here? Let's see. And hey, Bedford. Hey, have a good evening and no worries. Let me know if you ever have any questions about the member videos. I can always repost them and stuff like that. Best budget habit: stop buying pointless things you can't live without. Well, yes, but there's different things that people buy in different communities. So, okay, I'm not going to get into racial stuff here, but it's more like an economic level, and I know like lots of poor black people. I don't really know poor white people. I know in Montana, but that's a totally different thing. Different market out there. So all my middle class white friends out here, they usually buy and splurge on electronics. So my friend spent 2 months' salary on a computer. It's a very nice computer, but 2 months' salary on a computer, right? So complete splurge. One of my other friends in Salishan, he spent half a month's salary on some really premium Jordans or whatever, some limited edition shoes from Nike, right? At least the electronics, at least he can use his computer for work and stuff like that. Shoes aren't going to get you anything, right? For heaven's sakes, I'm wearing freaking boots right now, Danner hunting boots. They cost me $300, but I wear them freaking everywhere. They're really nice, and they're just really comfortable. And I also have some basic shoes, but I haven't spent over $100 for shoes in 5 years, I think. And when I did, they were just some really plush walking shoes because I'm overweight now, but I used to be much more overweight, and so I really wanted to get those nice supportable shoes and stuff like that. They were amazing. But yeah, so that type of stuff, right? And don't I'm always surprised how many people have iPhones without realizing how much money they're on the hook for. I think this iPhone cost me anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200. And I can afford it. That's fine, right? But a lot of people can't afford it. Can you imagine if you just got a simple phone? When I was working downtown Seattle, The one reason I got this phone is because I had a phone stipend. Like the company was literally paying for my phone and my phone service. And then so what I did, since they were paying for this phone and I wanted another phone too to kind of have a personal phone, this was my work phone, or the old version of this, because I upgraded from it. Because of some type of Apple plan, you pay $5 extra a month or something like that. But I had this phone, or the older version of this phone, and I had a flip phone. And you know what that flip phone cost me? It cost me like $100 one time. It was perfect. That was making downtown corporate money too. But yeah, so the budgeting video is going to be something like that. Kind of, part of it will be budgeting, and then there will be like, hey, what are you actually spending your money on? That'll be more of an advanced tutorial thing, because I think a lot of people want to learn the basics of budgeting, but not everybody wants to or will feel comfortable about being confronted by some random YouTuber saying, hey, your spending habits are trash. Right? And that's literally the vibe I'm going to be giving off in those videos. But some people will take the advice, and some people will have a change of habit, right? Some people won't, and that's perfectly fine, right? I'm not there to decide to tell you how to live your life. I'm just saying here's a path of which you can take, but if you don't like the path, so be it. The way I determine budgeting is you don't want to get too strict. Like when I diet, guys, if I go straight to eating like chicken and vegetables every single day and like some type of grain, and it's, it tastes okay, maybe it tastes good, I don't know. Eventually, I'm going to have like a withdrawal of like fatty foods, and I'm going to be like, damn, I'm just going to eat fatty foods for a little bit of time, then I mess up all those months worth of work, right? Same type of bad habit in budgeting. However, if I have, I don't know, I have like duck, rice, vegetables, sometimes chicken, sometimes I have a pizza, sometimes I have a waffle, I don't know, sometimes I have Chick-fil-A, I splurge like maybe once a week, and having that week of just me having really good food that I know is not good for me, it gets me through the rest of the week. That's the type of thing like, you can, like, if you buy 10 new pairs of shoes a year, like I know people do, just maybe buy 2. And then eventually you can cut that down to 1 a year, right? I'm talking about the really expensive shoes that really don't serve a purpose besides clout, whatever you want to call it. Different types of stuff. But yeah, it's a whole different world out there, depending on what your friends buy, what they spend the money on. Because I know white people as well that spend tons of money on shoes. However, the 2 people that I know that spend a lot of money on shoes, they both make like $250,000 a year. So by no means are they like, they can budget for that. They run larger YouTube channels, and they are making thousands of bucks every day off of their channels, right? And then that's not even talking about the brand deals. I only know how much money they're making off of YouTube channel, not even the brand deals and stuff like that. It's a whole crazy thing. Okay, back over to crypto though. Budgeting is always a fun thing to talk about though. And hey, Luis, it's 10x. Oh yeah, you've made a lot of money. So yeah, you can. The way I do it is I just scale out as we go down and as we hit those important support levels. What you want to do right now is either, well, I don't know exactly what you want to do, but either scale out some or scale out all or just scale out a little bit. Doesn't matter. But I'm a type of guy that likes to lock in some profits. That way, for whatever reason, there's a huge boom in crypto while I'm asleep. I'm aware of what might happen. Or if you want to do it this way is, depends on the exchange you use. Sometimes, different exchanges have different rules. But if you just want to move up your stop loss or maybe some type of trailing stop loss, so that means if the price of Bitcoin gets to 22,000, your position will close automatically, right? Instead of just saying, hey, I'll sell some here, you can say, hey, as long as Bitcoin doesn't go above 22,000, I'm chill, I'm fine. And then, if we come back down here to 17,000, you're like, hey, as long as Bitcoin doesn't go above 20,000, I'm fine. And you can just keep on waiting for it to go down. So the maximum or the minimum amount of profit you're going to take just by having that stop loss there. It's just that some exchanges don't allow you to have that stop loss or the trailing stop loss keep on moving down and down and down. So you might have to set it each and every time. So if the price gets there, it automatically sells. So it might be a little bit more time consuming, but at least you're going to be able to say, hey, at no matter what happens, I'm going to be able to walk away with this amount of profit for certain. and then you can kind of keep adjusting, adjusting until you feel like you hit the right mark. And then whenever it eventually does hit, you just accept the results and be like, whoa, I just made a bunch of money. I could have made more potentially, but guess what? I still made a bunch of money. That's the goal. Gosh, I gave Loki a bath like I told you guys. Now I'm like covered in freaking fur. I got a lot of fur off of him today, a lot. And here, Michael, I know my clothes, my shorts and longs within a few hours, but me today, I've left my shorts open since this morning, and they're starting to go up in profit. There you go. I had one I opened up in Sheeb a while ago. I think right after this breakdown here, right? Because sometimes we, if you guys remember, I told you guys a lot. We break down, we come up and test again. I guess it looks better on this one right here on the 15. Come up and test, then we get rejected. And I think that, what is that one up to right now? I don't know. It's a 10x short. It's nothing extreme here. It's on Sheeb though. Remember I told you guys what I be looking to short are the things that bounce up the highest. Face ID. It's up 40% in the last couple hours, or yeah, last couple of hours. So it's looking okay. Margin's not too bad. Everything's fine. So I'll see how it turns out. But again, I have a take profit price in that one. I'm trying to think of like 200%. If it hits 200% profit, it automatically sell. Even if it can make me 400, 500, whatever it may be profit, I'm just going to sell. Because I don't want to have to worry about it later on. Because Sheeb, if it can go down if it can go up that fast once, it can definitely do it again. I don't want to be caught in that madness. And then I have a little bit of a stop loss there just in case, to protect myself in case anything really bad happens. But yeah, after you see a breakdown like this, it's nice to just kind of wait it out. The problem is, I have a video. It's not too good because it's before I actually learned how to do editing, where I explain how to trade an ascending triangle and how. I guess either one of these actually works, doesn't it? Maybe the 15-minute chart here. No, something's wrong with this chart. What did I do wrong on here? Oh, yeah, that's not even connected to anything down here. Does this make it a little bit easier? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Maybe the 5 looks a bit better here. Yeah, okay. So a lot of times people take the short after we've had the 15-minute candle close down here, and that's what I normally do. But a lot of times we end up coming back up here to retest, and then we get shorted, and then we never come back up to this line, and we kind of consolidate for a little bit of time before ultimately falling down. So, a lot of people take their shorts here or here, but a lot of people that short right here, they have a little bit of, if they're new to investing, they panic right here, sell their short, and then they see it come down. Then they, oh my gosh, I got to get back into the trade before it goes on. I'm not going to lose I'm not going to be able to make any money, right? I'm going to walk away with a loss, right? And so they short right here. It goes up again. They panic, and then it just starts a nasty cycle. And I learned that cycle myself because I did the same thing. But yeah, it is interesting to kind of just let your shorts kind of you just kind of hold, and it eventually pans out, right? And then since this is a short consolidation period, you're not expecting the world to fall and stuff like that. But you're going to be looking at some basic support levels and see which ones work, which ones don't. Here's a 15-minute chart. Let's go to actually the 5. There we go. You can see also there was a Fibonacci level blocking us from going up even higher. And then maybe we have a little bit of a bounce around here at 20,158 or so. And maybe if I actually take this off right now, let me see if this actually helps out. So far, this hasn't really done anything. If I trip it over, it helped right here. That's about it. The other one seems to be more useful here. So let me turn the fib levels back off. Yeah, seems to be a little bit. But both are useful. Both are useful. Both have. There's one right there and there's one right there. Both levels have been accurate so far. But the one that's the closest for support, 20,156 or 20,054. The first one's closest, so that's what I'll be using first of all. That's probably a scale out opportunity for me shorting this breakdown. That's why I might scale out of some of my Shiba Inu shorts. Let's get this out of here though. Boom. Back to 1. There you go. There you go. And back up there, the RSI. All right. There we go. 15. Yeah. Do I believe a Bitcoin short squeeze is coming soon? As far as Bitcoin short squeeze, I mean, I think we could have one, but I think we're going to have to surge up a little bit higher. Maybe around the 22,000, 22,500 range. that might be something more interesting here. Oh, somebody's shorting us right now though. And I would say that if remember there's a huge amount of shorts in the market right now. They're gonna try a lot of tricks to keep their positions from being liquidated, because that means they're gonna have to buy back all the shares, obviously, or the coins, obviously. So it'll be a little bit of a battle, but I guess we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. I don't think one's gonna happen anytime soon unless the Nasdaq has a full-on bear market rally. That would help out Bitcoin, but right now doesn't look that likely that we're having a bear market rally until at least see us the Nasdaq really start to creep up a little bit higher here, fix this gap right here, and then a multi-week rally is what we're going to be looking for there. You see Bitcoin getting a little bit of a short attack here, nothing too crazy. One of the things that we should talk about here as well is, well, a few different things. Let me see whale trades first. I want to see if Celsius had an update. No update since yesterday. Okay, we don't have to worry about that then. There we go. 2 hours ago, 24-hour liquidations. Shorts have been liquidated 30 million. Longs 19.29 million. Nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy as far as those liquidations are concerned. Fear and greed is at 9. Nah, we're fine. Let's see. And we haven't seen any major shorts over here in the past few hours. A little bit of shorting going on, but nothing in the millions of dollars, I guess you would say. But we did break down. We're kind of feeling that breakdown right now. We're just waiting to see where we can pivot off of that. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Hey, discount. Is this evening's future showing down for tomorrow? Do you think the SPY will be back up to fill the gap up from today's market open? Wait, what are you talking about? This future is showing down for the tomorrow. Do you think the SPY will fill the gap up? Oh, back up. Okay. Sorry. Let's go right here, not the SPX. What are you looking at here? So you mean close this gap right here and come back down? Or do you mean this gap up here from $33 to $89? Oh, okay, backfill, okay. Um, I think it's a possibility. What I'm looking at right now, though, is I still think we have an opportunity to get a little bit more bullish here and try to move up above the 384 level over the next few days. I would say what I don't want to see happen is just go down below the opening price of today. If we were to, backfill that gap, so to speak, I think that's when things might get a little bit more ugly. You might start to see that big full, that panic come back into the stock market. Not just means the crypto market. Crypto is already panicked enough. But I think you would see that panic come back, and you would see us come back to test around these lows over here, around the 362 level, if the futures really did tank us tomorrow. I don't know what the bad news is here, so let me refresh this page. Trying to see if there's any news causing. I don't think there's any news. So only news I got there is more and more people think there's a recession incoming. I think that's been the viewpoint for a couple of weeks now, or a few months now, I think I would say. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be bad enough to really stop this, but as long as we can kind of go on this sideways motion, I think we'll be okay. We just don't want to see us coming back down to the lows of last week here, the last Thursday, I believe it was. Oh, and discriminatory housing advertising. That's interesting. But Mark Zuckerberg showed off his prototype. I haven't seen this yet, but what I'm thinking of doing, guys, this summer is Seattle has a Comic-Con, and I guess they're going to have some metaverse games there. And I want to see if they have any metaverse games that relate to crypto, because if they do, I'm going to try to pay for a VIP ticket there and try to go check some stuff out. And you guys know I have the Black Magic camera there, and I don't really use it besides streaming, and it's like $2,000, so I should probably use it more. I'm going to try to find a nice lens for it and take it out adventuring to go to some metaverse stuff. And then if there's a conference later on and somewhere along the West Coast, like a crypto conference, that's not in Miami, all the way out in the middle of nowhere. Not in the middle of nowhere. You guys can see what I'm saying. I might try to go to that and see a whole bunch of metaverse games, and that might be kind of fun as well. See how that one works out. Let's see. I can't walk in Jimmy Choo heels. I'm so lucky to save a lot of money. Oh, geez, yeah. Oh, and thanks for subscribing, Lewis. I really appreciate it, my man. I really do appreciate that. What's right here? Sorry, guys. Make sure I'm not missing all the member chats here. Do I place recurring buy orders to buy crypto on a weekly or fortnightly or monthly basis? I buy them when I want to. I don't necessarily buy them recurringly. If you guys don't have the time to just say, hey, I want to buy it today, I want to buy it today, I want to buy it today, or this day, this day, this day, you can do recurring. There's no problem with it. I would tend to do a very small amount every day or a medium amount every single week. I don't tend to do the monthly one because as I look at monthly charts, usually, how do I say this? I like being able to time the buys a little bit better, if that makes sense. I don't know how to say that any better. I find that I have better averages if I try to time it myself with doing the day-to-day stuff instead of doing the monthly closes, because you never know exactly what the monthly close is going to be, if that makes sense. Back over here to the 1 minute chart. But it doesn't matter exactly which way you do it. I would say I prefer doing the monthly ones, or the daily ones, excuse me, just a little bit. And it's not like I'm buying ADA every day. I bought ADA today. I didn't buy ADA today, but this is an example. I bought ADA today. I bought XRP today. I bought Sheep today. I bought FTM today. Tomorrow I'm buying Gala, Link, Crow, Dot, right? So I kind of split it up a little bit more. And I just buy when I feel like they've hit a low point. So like if I was wanting to buy Sheep today, I would not even try to buy Sheep today. I wouldn't. In fact, what I probably would do is as we hit those resistance levels, I might have sold some Sheep and then waited to buy some more down at a very low price. So like I might have sold part of my Sheep after we hit the big boom and we hit the moving average as resistance. And now that the price is down to 8%, well, guess what? Now I can buy 8% more Sheep. Probably even more than that, right? But I can buy 8% more Sheep now. So the amount of coins I have is now larger than what I had before. And that's my goal for the long term here. Not really to make money, but to just be able to buy and accumulate more coins. Oh, and hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you back, my man. I made a bad trade yesterday, but feel proud of myself today. Made it all back. There you go. It's part of the process. Part of the process, especially when you guys have a clear breakdown. And that's why I told you guys I told you guys yesterday night. I was like, you guys know what I'm doing right now? I'm sitting on my hands. But again, I'm a much more cautious trader than a lot of you guys. You guys are much more aggressive than me, and that's perfectly fine. Having money in the market, like larger amounts of money, it allows me to be a bit more. I can wait a lot longer in between my trades, if that makes sense. Have I been watching the Rev? What is Rev? I do not know what Rev is. Let me. What is Rev? Okay, that is not what you're probably talking about. Not a speech-to-text company right here. No, I don't know what Rev is. Let me know what it is, and I'll actually look it up tonight, because I have like maybe 2 hours after the stream before I go to bed. Celsius did a short squeeze this weekend. Yeah, Celsius is deliberately trying to squeeze people from shorting their coin. If I was holding Celsius, or if I wanted to short Celsius, I would short it as it's doing one of those major pumps with a very low leverage so it can keep on going up, and then I would just hold it. Because eventually, guys, what's Twitter? They're going to have to release everybody's money, whether it's by them doing it themselves, finding a plan, or if a court order comes through and they say, hey, you have to give people their money back, otherwise all of the executives are going to be held in contempt criminally, and this will be, this will go to the feds, whatever it may be, right? And so as soon as they're forced to give the money back to their clients, and if they don't have enough money, so be it, whatever, you're going to see the run on the bank and the bank go insolvent because they don't have the funds, and their coin will crash to zero at that point in time. I mean, they have a lot of money. They can pay for a lot of lawyers. I just don't know how, whenever they open up everything back, how are they going to pay everybody? Because there's going to be a mass rout out of that exchange. Nobody is ever going to want to do business with them ever again. I mean, if they're sane, right? So, there's a reason why shorts keep on piling on. Maybe the timing is going to be bad. Maybe people are trading with too much leverage, But if I was them, if Celsius was having a major pop, do I have Celsius on here? No, maybe it's on Coinbase. Yeah, there it is. Okay, daily. When you have a big pop like this or hit a major level of resistance, I would be shorting that sucker down, and I might be doing it with a smaller leverage, like I said, but I would still feel confident holding that short. Like for right now, let's see. Let's just say I open up a short. Let's just say right here, right at the 50. It kept on going up. I panicked, and it was, a 2x short was down like 400%. Oh my gosh, that would have been. Oh no, I'm actually looking right there. Oh, Magnet helped it out. But yeah, so if I had if I had a large short position, well actually let's say this, if I had no leverage, I would already be down 137% right here, right? However, if I had 2x, I'd be down like 300%. That's not a lot if you're trading with a small amount of money and you have a low leverage. If people are going willy-nilly, going like gambling, of course they're going to lose money on these squeezes here. But I think over time, this is going to make a lot of people a lot of money that want to short. And there's still shorts that have opened up positions way over here, and they're still sitting on them, and they know how much further this can go down. And, if we go back over here to Luna, I guess it's Luna C right now. I don't know. I think that's what it is now. Yeah, maybe the hour chart might open up some eyes here. All right. They had some bad moves coming over here. They rallied up a little bit, but eventually it just came down. And it just came down, and it just came down, and it kept going down. Had a big cool off point here. I remember watching that with you guys live. Then it came down, kept on coming down, kept on coming down until it pretty much hit zero. And then people bought it up way down here. And then what? That was a profit of like 1,500% just like that. But man, that, it's just, yeah. I think eventually you are going to see, this has an opportunity to have a big bounce pretty soon. That might be kind of fun to watch. Probably next few weeks or so. But yeah, you want to be careful about shorting it, but a long-term short isn't going to hurt you in that coin at all, as long as you're protected. You want to be opening the short, though, on an extreme pop. You don't want to be opening it just willy-nilly, because eventually the short's going to kill you. Not kill you, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's going to hurt you. There we go. And Bitcoin's still grinding down, finding some type of support around here. Let's see how strong it is. What's right here? Oh, and Hades, one thing's for sure, Mike, lots of shorts getting liquidated due to being so greedy. Guys, there's always going to be greedy people in the market. Remember, you guys are all buying a little bit right now, or you guys are planning to buy sometime during this bear market for a long-term hold, right? You guys are going to be selling to a lot of greedy people when the market goes into FOMO territory in a year or 2 years, however long it takes, right? It's going to take some time, and, it's going to be easy money for you guys because you guys just bought when everybody didn't want to buy. You're just going to wait, and then when the market turns around and we hit all-time highs again, you're gonna have thousands of percent profits for some coins. But at the same time, there's going to be some guy buying that coin just hoping for like 50% profit to 100% profit when you're walking away with thousands of percent profit. So that's the way you have to look at it. And there's going to be people that are greedy. They don't want to spend money right now. They just feel like they're going to lose it all, and it'll come to bite them back in the future. There you go. And hey, just gonna have a great rest of your night, my man. And hey, Rohit, if you want the pattern chart, all you got to do is go to Google, trading patterns, stock market trading patterns. You're gonna see a whole bunch of different patterns. They're very, very easy to understand. They're very, very easy to find on Google. And thanks to Jin King. I appreciate, my man. I really do appreciate that. U.S. oil dumping hard. Oh, I wonder what's going on with oil. Hold on a second here, guys. Oh yeah, yeah. U.S. allies considering a price cap on oil, uh, on Russian oil. I don't exactly know how that's going to work, but I do know President Biden has been talking more about what do you want to say? Going after the oil corporations, and I know he's going to talk about doing a gas tax. I don't know how good a gas tax would be personally. because if they took away like 17 cents out of the gas, how much gas costs, I feel like people would go to the gas station as soon as that happened and start getting more gas, and thereby increasing the demand for gas, and thereby making gas more expensive. So I want to see how that kind of plays out here. But yeah, oil is coming down a little bit here. I think it was down like 1-2% the last time I saw it. I think closer to 1. Oh, and hey, Bone Crusher Show, happy to see you back, my man. What's right here? Make sure I don't miss anything. What's the highest I've seen the greed index at? Oh, I have no idea. I don't usually actually look at the indexes at all. Usually when I'm looking at market cycles, I tend to just watch the 50 and the 20 and the 200 daily moving averages. So I know this is the stock market chart, but actually, let's just go right here very fast. So let's go to the daily chart for Bitcoin very fast here, guys. Can I get the 20 and the 50 here? Okay. So here's all-time highs. Death Cross, if you bought anywhere down here and was happy to sell anywhere around here, even if you're down here, you're still looking at some fantastic profits. Fantastic, right? Over here, Death Cross, if you bought over here or anywhere down here and you sold around here after we kind of stagnated for a little bit of time, you want a little bit of a stagnation there as well, but you stagnate for a little bit of time, you're looking okay, right? Death Cross, something simple. We have a Death Cross right here, but it wasn't the same type of stagnation. You kind of felt that we were still kind of doing something here. Right here, Death Cross, even if you bought down here and sold it here, you're still pretty happy with how your position turned out, right? Even though it actually went back up after the Death Cross occurred, you still walked away with a lot of money. And guess what? Afterwards, the market eventually did come back down quite a bit. Back over here as well, Death Cross, if you bought anywhere down here, you're looking pretty happy with yourself, even if you don't get the top. And you guys can see this coming from a while away, right? After this big old crash, right, from here to here, you're like, oh, we're tilting down and more, right? So that's normally what I'm looking at. But I guess you can use other tools out there as well. But yeah, personally, that's kind of how I look at these market cycles. I'm like, Death Cross is coming. This bear market might be coming to an end. I should at least start scaling out some soon. And the moment the cross actually happens, I'm usually closing out a lot of positions and waiting for some type of a shorting opportunity going forward. And sometimes the breakdowns happen a lot faster than I expected. But overall, you're usually looking at some pretty good profits if you buy like around these times when everything's really down and gloomy, and you sell around that Death Cross time. You're still looking at fantastic profits, even if it's not the profits, the extreme profits. You're still walking away with good money, and it's pretty consistent money if you just buy when nobody else wants to at the lows, and you sell kind of around the Golden Cross area. So maybe I just do this very fast for you guys. So on this move right here, let's say you bought sometime in the middle here, not the very bottom. You bought where the Death Cross happened. You're walking with a 70% profit. If you wanted to do the same thing, but hey, maybe you just wanted to take your profits here because you were afraid that we weren't going to go to all-time highs, that's perfectly reasonable. You'd still be walking away with, what's the daily hit the cross right here? Like 35% profits, still fine. On this move over here, let's say you bought the COVID lows because that's when you hit the 200 weekly moving average kind of going throughout history. Let's just actually go a little bit above that as well. The lows right here, 792% profits, still looking fine. 2018 lows over here. Let's just go to the middle zone. We don't have to go all the way down there. Death Cross over here, 169% profit. No, it's still good money. And of course, you're going to be buying altcoins at these levels too, and selling altcoin levels at these very high levels. You're going to be getting much more percentage back than just the Bitcoin ones. But yeah, that usually coincides with a level of extreme greed, right? But it's not like you're going to be. I don't use the greed index like that too much. I just kind of look at it as far as like, oh yeah, everybody's greedy right now. These are the good times. If you were to use the greed index for like a technical purpose, usually when everybody's like extremely greedy, like towards like 80 or 100, that's usually when you're selling off your crypto to unsuspecting new crypto traders who have no idea that they're buying crypto at the worst possible time to make a quick buck at the expense of losing a lot of money. All right, let's see. All 'Cause- 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 And hey, D's, why is Biden afraid of the recession, though? Just be honest about it and be prepared. Plus, he can push a national emergency, add funds, projects, and policy, which will fight inflation. He's afraid of it because it's political season. There's a lot of pain out there right now. And he's been wrong about a lot of stuff from inflation for like a political standpoint. Remember, transitory. He said transitory. Janet Yellen said transitory. A lot of people saying transitory, transitory, transitory. A lot of people have lost trust in him a little bit. Come out like a debacle after debacle after debacle, unfortunately for him. Kind of rough times, but Afghanistan, all this other stuff going on. Build Back Better stalled out, I think. So it did. I think Joe Manchin stalled it out. Somebody, Christian Cinema, one of those two people stalled it out. But yeah, it's, there's not much he can do without political capital. I don't exactly know what political capital is, but it's a thing that people say. But yeah, it's going to be hard for him to do that. And I don't think that his... I don't know how he would try to sell that, though, as far as inflation. I think right now all he's thinking about is the midterm elections and if he's going to run again in 2024, right? I think his birthday is coming up pretty soon, too. Maybe he'll think about that to enjoy himself a little bit. But yeah, he doesn't have the best PR team. I think Jen Psaki was okay as far as a press secretary because all their job has to do is spin facts to make it kind of suit the narrative of whatever the White House is trying to say. She was okay. He has a new press secretary. I don't know her name. She seems like a nice person, but she's going to be replaced, frankly. I watched her a few times over the past few weeks. Again, maybe it's a small sample size, but she's having trouble spitting facts, right? Because, of course, Biden's not really giving her much material to work with, but she's having trouble. Until they can really find like a PR team that can really help her out or help him out, it's going to be rough. It's like even Amber Heard has a better PR team than Joe Biden right now. And I want Joe Biden to do great things. I really do. It's just like that PR team. I don't know. He can't spin it. I saw that he tripped on a bike or something like that the other day. Not tripped, fell off his bike. And I'm sure he did that bike ride to show how strong he was and say, hey, I'm still out there pedaling my bike and doing strong things. I'm not old Joe. I'm a spry 70-year-old or whatever, however old he is. And it ended up coming across as, oh man, the guy can't even ride a bike, right? So it's just, if he did that, it would take precision, a great media team, great spin. He doesn't really have that right now, so he can't embrace inflation, kind of turn it on its head to say, hey, inflation is coming. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Let's be prepared. Right now, he's at the fact like, hey, recession's not going to happen. A recession is not going to happen, or it's not inevitable. And at this point, I think a lot of people think it is inevitable, and I think a lot of Americans feel like we're already in a recessionary territory, if you will. So, you got to work with what you got. He doesn't got a lot, so I think he's like. I think the media last time around used to say that Trump was like the worst polled president in modern history. I think Joe Biden has like gone up, like he's even worse than President Trump now, right? So it's going to be hard. And I wish he had more popularity because that would mean he'd be able to do more stuff to kind of help people out in the ways that an executive can. But it's just rough for him at this moment in time, right? Frankly, it's just rough for him. I hope he can turn things around. I really do. It just doesn't seem as likely, and I don't. If too many people assume that he can't get the job done, the Federal Reserve can't get the job done, then they're going to assume the worst, and they're going to start buying less things, which leads to less revenue for companies, which leads to them laying off people, and the cycle kind of continues from there. See. And hey, Thomas, I also shorted She from 966. Hope it reaches 0.75. Oh man, that'd be a nice little drop down for you for some good profits there. And hey, D's, Obama will do what I said. Profit from it, weird old man. Keep falling off bikes. Don't be me, the Biden guys. I felt bad for him when I saw that. I was like, Jesus, man, because yeah, oh gosh, I just felt bad. I haven't fallen off a bike in years, but last time I fell off a bike, I have like a huge scar on my knee from when I fell off the bike. I think I was like 12 years old or something like that, but man, it was rough. My mom doesn't like to ride bikes anymore because when my mom was a kid, she rode her bike into a bush and she accidentally popped a spider's nest. And all this, like thousands of little spiders were crawling all over her and it freaked her out. So she refuses to ride a bike anymore. And I'm like, fair enough. Fair enough there. Let's see. And hey, Dollar Doge, Bing Bonk. Oh, jeez. Okay, everybody, let's go back to crypto now. Hey, boy. Hold on. Loki's over here saying hi. Here, you guys can say hi. We're not really looking at too much crazy stuff right now, everybody. Let me go over here to the 50-minute chart. We're still breaking down. We should have a pivot point. I really don't think we're going to have a flat-out crash here, guys. And by crash, I mean go down below the last week's lows. I think right now we're kind of more into a consolidation period of time, and I want to see how high we can go from how high we can go through this consolidation period. I'm hoping we can at least get back up here to 22,735, then get rejected here, just like how we got rejected right here. And I think this is going to be a great, easy, short opportunity for a lot of you guys if we do get over here over the next few days. Hold on one second here, guys. Here you go. How you doing, boy? You okay? Yeah. He's been a real big baby. Today was bath day. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, here. People want to see you. He's being really finicky today. Not finicky, babyish. Come here. There you go. Now you can see Loki for 10 seconds. Oh no, you're really being a baby today. He's just over here like curling up in a little whatever you want to call it, little thing, trying to get little head rubs and butt rubs and back rubs. Yeah. Here, I'll give you a little treat. Oh, that's what you're over here for, isn't it? It wasn't for me. It was a treat. Yeah. Yep. All right. There you go. Go relax. I'll see you in a little bit. In a little bit, we're going to go play outside. All right, let's see. Rev as a stock. Let's see. Okay. Let me see right here very fast. Oh, Revlon. Um, didn't Revlon go into bankruptcy, or is that something else? Um, beat the heat. I could have swore they hit bankruptcy. Yeah, Revlon's bankruptcy filing will give it a chance to catch up with Rihanna, the Kardashians, and other hot names in beauty. Revlon has declared bankruptcy. Here you go. More defaults could be on the way, so I gotta pay for it. Okay, never mind. But yeah, they went to bankruptcy. This could be some type of let me see what happened here, but oh, okay. So the gain was powered by speculation that Revlon may emerge from its current bankruptcy process as a stronger company. Maybe. Or attract to acquisition by a well-funded corporate suitor. That may be what everybody's waiting for. So Revlon may get bought out by somebody, hopefully like an Amazon, so Amazon can have their own makeup company if they don't already have it. But that looks like why we're having that little bit of a pop in the market, because the short float right now is 53.72%. You know, you got to be careful. This is going to be a massive, just a massive type of play here. So you want to be very, very careful with it. No selling going off over the past few months here. This is a very high risk play that can make you some money. So if you want to trade it, don't put too much money in there. But yeah, but Revlon looks like it's freaking insane right now with that short squeeze going on. And maybe high short interest. Is it even on here? Yeah, Revlon right there. So right now it's at 38.48%. Maybe this is an update over the past few days after we've had that squeeze there. But only ones beyond above that are Beyond Meat and FUV, Moto Inc. Oh, auto and truck manufacturers. So you're seeing a lot of shorts right here, and you're seeing a lot of shorts on the Big Five Sporting Goods Corporation. I mean, I think Big Five is probably going to go bankrupt someday. That's probably why they have all the shorts there. I haven't been inside of a Big Five in a few months, but I usually only go in there when I forget some type of fishing equipment. I'm like, oh, let me go pay for some overpriced crap that I need, right? Nikolai is still down. Let's see, MicroStrategy, 34% short position. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Bed Bath and Beyond's up here as well. Yeah, it might have another squeeze. So if you want to pop some money into it and just let it sit, that could be kind of fun. Otherwise, I'd be careful with it. One of you guys signed up for Robinhood using my affiliate link, so thank you very much. I got $5 from it, I think. So, I want to Robinhood very fast. Robinhood. Okay, you can see how I jumped up today, and I'm a crazy rich now. It gave me like $5 of something, $5 of Nvidia. What I'll do with this is I'll sell my $5 worth of Nvidia tomorrow. And for you guys, I'll put it into Revlon if it's available on Robinhood. Yeah, there it is. And then I'll just see where it goes. And if it goes somewhere cool, if it doesn't, that's fine too. This stock has recently experienced an elevated volatility. Yeah, for real. And I'll see how that goes for everybody, or how that goes for me, or the Revlon position. Okay, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna be pretty fun. And hey, Milka Dude, welcome back to the Sapphire level, my man. I'm really good. I'm really happy to see you back, man, and thank you very much. I know a lot of people unsubscribed from the memberships when YouTube banned my channel about a month back because it gave them all these emails saying that, hey, your subscription has been paused or something like that. And yeah, dude, it's been rough. I'm still getting back to the members though, slowly and grinding. So I appreciate it a lot as well. And Milka Dude, one thing too. Now I'm doing more members videos, so whenever I see a breakout or something crazy going on in the stock market, I make sure to post that for you guys and give you guys some basic technical, maybe some more intermediate technicals, so you guys keep looking at pivot levels and breakout levels and stuff like that, and so you guys have an idea of, hey, I should be paying attention to this stuff here, and maybe I'll pay attention to this stuff a little bit later on because there's no chance of a major breakout happening anytime soon. So look at those videos. I should be posting some more here tomorrow based off if we have a green day or a red day. Because right now it still feels like we need to consolidate a little bit more, hopefully for like a week, and then maybe next week we can have the really big move. But I want to see how the price action does for a lot of these different stocks. Okay, there we go. Oh, and we also have new badges now. Bath day can be traumatic. Hey, Michael. Oh my gosh, yeah, it can be. No, not for him though. Not for so if he takes a bath inside the house, there's chaos, catastrophe. He'll run around, he'll hide underneath the bed, he'll hide on top of my bed and try to get underneath the blanket so I can't see him like I can't. When I tried to get him to get ready for a bath one time, he jumped out the window. First floor window, but just like scrammed in the backyard and was like, woo, can't catch me. And then I just yelled at him and he was like, he came out over with his ears down, freaking out. But now I bought him an outdoor pool. We filled up the pool with water. I let him drink the pool water for a little bit of time because he just loves it for some reason. And then we just, clean him off and then put the soap on him and he smells good. He smells really good right now. Like, it's amazingly good. Well, let's see right here. And what are the pivots used for on charts? I use them to see patterns better. So pivot points, like you can think of Fibonacci retracement levels as possible pivot points for the downside. So pivot from down to back to up. Fibonacci extension levels, you're pivoting from up back to down, right? So I just use them as basic support and resistance levels to think about like, hey, I'm hoping we can bounce off of this support. I'm hoping we can bounce off of this resistance. So that's how I use them. And if we manage to go above them, then I will be using that as another level of support for the future. So, once we break out above them, if we're holding on the daily chart or the 4-hour, usually the longer time frames, they can be pretty sturdy. If we're not able to hold above them on the 4 or the daily charts, there's a large chance that usually we end up coming back down. I think that was part of what you saw over today. So we look at this. This is the 15-minute chart. We were above this for quite some time on the 15-minute chart, but on the 4-hour chart, on the 4-hour chart, did we close above this? Is this the right Fibonacci level right here? Hold on a second here, guys. Those are two different Fibonacci lines. One's a different time frame. Here you go. We weren't able to close above these ones right here, right? I probably dragged something down by accident. But yeah, so we weren't able to close above them and it got rejected. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll fix it in a little bit. I don't have to worry about it right now. Because overall, I don't think we closed above it on the daily. Did we? No, we didn't close above it on the daily, so it doesn't matter too much here. Yeah, for now it's fine. Back to the 15. There we go. And back over here to the 1. There you go. Nice little bit of a move up for Bitcoin. And hey, Bradford, Reverse filing for bankruptcy. Yeah, I don't know much about makeup, honestly. I've gone shopping with girls before, but it's usually not Revlon products they buy. When I get my stuff to clean my face and to wipe my face and to clean my beard, I'm getting my beard shaved off Sunday, like completely clean shaven again. I buy stuff from Sephora. I'm high quality. Yeah. So that's normally why I go, and I get advice from all the it's usually all of my friends' wives or girlfriends. They give me plenty of advice on what to buy there. Like it's their mecca of makeup, and they're pretty knowledgeable people. But they have a lot more stuff than I do. Oh my gosh, like the amount of the amount of money people spend at those places is absolutely insane. Let's see. And hey Tony, I watched Blade Trinity the other day, and he had the best line when asked who's the president, and he said so. Oh my god, I can't say that. I know, but it's always funny. What's right here? And hey, Brian, what do I think about Shiba Inu? I think it's fine, but I wouldn't really be buying it. Just like any coin, after it has a major pop in a bear market, it usually proceeds to come back down over time. So it's usually better for a longer term short. However, you guys could have a lot more fun day trading it. But usually, if you have a low leverage short position, it can pan out pretty well. I would say right now, if the short I have on Shiba right now, I might hold it for like a day or two. It's really going to depend on if the market looks like it wants to continue going sideways or if the market wants to have a big boom. If I see some type of big boom or some type of breakout incoming, we'll talk about that on the stream, and I'll be like, maybe I'll trim down the short here a little bit or whatever. But over the next few days, I anticipate that I'll be at least like 50 to 75% out of the short just by hitting some of those key support levels. When I'm shorting Shiba right now, it's only because it popped up so high. It's going to have to come back down and crash a little bit. And that's all I'm really hoping to get out of it. Just like when Dogecoin pops, I love to. Well, I don't usually short Dogecoin, but I tell you guys, it pops then drops, right? Pops then drops, and that type of atmosphere, you want to short the pops. I only don't short Dogecoin particularly because I like Dogecoin as a coin, and then after that, Elon Musk could always tweet something and just burn my short like that. Not many coins have Elon Musk tweeting about them that make them pop. So most other coins are pretty safe out there. So if you go over here, look at Shiba fast. I'll pop that right up there. Let's go here. Let's go to maybe the hour chart. Yeah, there we go. So let me go over here and add the 50-day, I think it was, right there. Yeah, there we go. So we got rejected off of the 50-day moving average right here. So if you wanted to open up a short right here, you could have definitely done so. What I did is I opened up a short as Bitcoin was breaking down earlier, and I had another short open right here as we got slammed down after that point. So I opened up a short right here. That short actually sold around here. It actually ended up coming down more, but I was in this for like a shorter term play because I was afraid that, hey, Bitcoin at the time hadn't broken down yet. So there was an opportunity that it might just kind of curl back up here and have another big rally. So I was just, in and out, quick little profit. But this position from here, probably like right around here, to currently, it's down about 5.67%. I only have a 10x leverage, so I made about 56% so far in the last 3 hours ish. But this one right here, I had a 50x leverage position on it, and that's why I felt comfortable selling around here, because that was 9 times the 50 or the 10 times 50, that was much more profitable. Less capital invested in this trade compared to this trade, but much more aggressive on how on the leverage side of things. So right now, I'm going to get this 50 off of here. Chart. There we go. We broke down below the 20 moving average as well. See, it was a little more of a stubborn thing to get above. Going back over to the 4 hour, we talked about as soon as it breaks down below the 200 on the 4, it'll be a really good short opportunity. It just did a few minutes ago, and people are taking full advantage of it right now. Now we're going to be looking at where it might have a little more of a consolidation. It should eventually have a pivot back up here, then come over here, then eventually I think it'll just fall off of a cliff. Not entirely sure where that level of falling off a cliff will be, but it won't fall off of a cliff unless Bitcoin is falling off of a cliff too, if that makes sense. So until then, Consolidation, taking money as I see fit as it kind of hits some nice support levels. Let me show it here. Right. So me being me, I would have probably scaled out some right here if I was just trading sheep. What I'm doing right now, though, is I'm trading off of Bitcoin's pivot points. So I'm hoping to see Bitcoin come down. Oh, where am I at? I'm hoping to see Bitcoin have a pivot somewhere around here, around not this one. I need to change this up. Somewhere around here, 20,158. If Bitcoin can pivot around there, or Bitcoin comes into contact, I'll probably shave some sheep off, and then until then, I have I don't know what, a little bit of a take profit price. So if sheep goes up, like let's just say SHIB is down 7.51% right now. If it goes up enough where it's down 5% for the day, I'll probably just sell the entire position, take my 50% profit, and just walk away and be happy with it. So that's kind of my feeling of SHIB right now. I think it'll come down more as long as Bitcoin's still coming down. But the moment that Bitcoin pivots, you should see a little bit of a stronger move up from SHIB. But it's gonna be It's gonna be very, very volatile. So be careful if you guys are gonna be hopping into that bad boy. It's better to buy it before the pop, and afterwards you're kind of chasing it. You don't want to chase it too much. Let's see. And Hades, thanks to you, Mike. Now I accumulate coins every time it bounces. Babyfish does not like my actions. What do you call? Whatever plan you guys have for accumulating coins, just stick to it. Be humble about it, and you guys will be fine. Because in the long term, you're gonna make money no matter where you guys buy down here. You're just gonna have to choose the right coins. That's kind of the hardest part, right? And then you're just gonna have to hold, and that's another hard part. But eventually, everything's gonna be going up, and you'll be, having mimosas in the morning and cheering up, and having a good time. It'll just take some time for that to happen, right? Uh, Hey, a fat boy 2422. How can I set up a stop loss in Robinhood at Coinbase? So Robinhood, I don't think has all the tools that a lot of exchanges have. So I think you might. Does Robinhood have stop losses? Let me check for you, my man. Okay, I don't know if I actually have any money like not in Robinhood stuff. So what did I do that for? Robinhood. Well, I'm off my game today. I'm just typing up a storm, typing up a mess. So let's say I go over here to Doge. Let me see. Do I have any money? I don't have any money. Oh, do I? Oh, hold on. Oh, I have 3 cents available. There we go. How do I buy? Oh my gosh, I haven't bought anything in Dogecoin in forever. Wait, buy in Doge? Oh, what the heck? Oh, amount. Sorry, guys. I'm like don't know how to use this app anymore. So 3 cents. Review order. Dogecoin orders must be worth 7 cents. Are you freaking kidding? Oh, I can't have a portion of Doge. That makes sense. Snap. Okay. I don't know. I don't have any crypto on Robinhood right now. I don't think they allow you to do that as far as I know. The only ones I know they allow you to do are in the stock market. If you're trading stocks in Robinhood. For example, if I go over here, what do I have right now? Fun. So if I wanted to sell fun, market order, there should be another way for me to sell it. There we go. Okay, so let me zoom in here. The tickers on the bottom of your screen are going to get really big and kind of disappear for a second. Just bear with me. So can I not? Can I? Oh, are you kidding me? It doesn't even. What the heck is wrong with Robinhood? Okay, you guys have to zoom in a little bit on your own screens. But if I scroll down right here, you're going to see market order, limit order, stop loss order, stop limit order, and trailing stop order. I think all you have for Robinhood is a market order and a limit order when it comes to crypto. I don't know if you have all the other orders involved. I don't think they have the ability to do that yet. A lot of exchanges have somewhat similar. Like some exchanges have some of the other things here. I don't think many exchanges have a trailing stop order or a trailing stop loss order and things like that. I shouldn't have done that. Hold on. But yeah, Robinhood isn't really the best place to try to be doing trades. They don't have the same. They don't give you the same flexibility for making more well-rounded trades, I guess you would say. So I'd be careful with Robinhood. Robinhood is better if you want to just buy and hold long term. It works pretty well. Works well. They're stable. They make money. Well, they're going to be making money here eventually, I think. But I'd be careful if you're going to try to day trade on Robinhood or swing trade because no, day trading might be a little bit better if you have a chart or something on there. But for swing trading and you go asleep while the trade is occurring, the fact that you might not have a stop loss available, it really does make it hard to trust that you're not going to just wake up to be holding a massive bag. Let's see. Irish Springs bar soap is the best. Dude, that stuff makes me ashy. That makes my skin dry. I don't even know what I use right now. What do I use? I think I use Dove soap. It's like a gray bottle of Dove soap. It says like Men Plus or something on it. I don't even know what it is. Um, and hey, Tony, you're the best. Michael, thanks for having a sense of humor. Oh, guys, yeah, I don't care if you guys delve into politics every now and again. I really don't. The only thing I don't like is when people get toxic. It's like the worst thing in the world, toxicity to me. Because so what I do to toxic people is I just ignore them, and that makes them even more toxic. And it just it drives them crazy that you're getting on with your life, and they're like, but they're not part of your life. It's really weird. But as far as like the channel, yeah, I don't care if you guys have a sense of humor. I don't care at all. Just if a mod's taking offense to it, just don't engage the mod and be angry with them. Just say, okay, fun times over, whatever. Just kind of keep on doing the same stuff here. Oh, and sorry guys, there was a spammer here. Jeez. Thanks, Bideford. I appreciate it. Okay, there we go. And hey, Michael. Is it true even like just today's little pop? If you have a decent sized portfolio, you can see it go up a lot in just one day. So yeah, so if you have a large portfolio out there, you could have made a lot of money today. But relative to the person who's holding that wallet, it's not going to really be a lot of money to you. So there'd be no reason for you to sell or buy or do anything if you just have a large wallet right now. You're just kind of trading the waves and doing multi-day trades if you're going to do any trades at all. Right? So if you had a leverage position, then yeah, you could have easily made some really good money today. But like, if, like what, Bitcoin at one point was up 3% today. If you had, $1 billion in crypto and your Bitcoin went up 3%, then, you'd be up 3% of $1 billion. So I don't even know what that might be. Is 3% of 1 billion. I don't know what that number is. 300,000, I would assume, but let me just do this very fast. Spelled out. Oh, 30 million. Sorry, my bad. Jeez. So that means you'd be up 30 million just in one day. You're not gonna really be impressed with just $30 million. As weird as that sounds, off of the day here. What you'd be hoping for is like 100% down the road, so you can make a whole $1 billion back. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, if you have a pretty decent sized portfolio, you could be making money, but that'd be a huge risk to allocate that much funds into the crypto market because it's not like they have most people that own Bitcoin at those size of levels, they're in some type of wallet and they're not really accruing interest or anything crazy like that. When I have my money tied up in stuff, it's usually like dividend plays because I get paid every like quarter off of them. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, you can make money if you have a lot of money there. There you go. See. And hey, Crypto Crow, I was talking about Shibu Inu crashing so about toxic. Oh, Crypto Crow, I wasn't even talking about you. I did not see your message. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it at all. And And hey, Joe, what's your sign, Michael? What do you mean by sign? Right now, we're still bearish as far as Bitcoin is concerned. That's what you're asking. We just have an opportunity to have a little more of a bear market rally if we can kind of have this higher low situation work out over the next 24 hours or so. How do you feel the Fed testimonies will affect the markets this week? I don't think it'll affect it too much here unless Congress really gets all bullish, like all crazy with them. I mean, it could happen, but if anything, it would make it a little bit more choppy, I guess you would say. But I don't think it's necessarily just going to kill any potential bear market rally. Right now, as far as a lot of the technicals that I've seen, if we're going to have a bear market rally, it'll start sometime over the next few days or going into next week. If we're going to have one at all, that's when it's going to start. The Federal Reserve meetings, they may get a little bit bumpy for the market, but I think it'll just make it more volatile for the upside and the downside, but ultimately kind of going sideways or maybe a little bit more of a grinding upward fashion, unless things get really out of hand there. And I don't think they are. I think all this week they've been doing the January 6th hearings. I haven't been watching them because I don't have time, but I think that's all they've been really working on this week. I don't know if there's been any like bills passed or anything like that. That's been pretty much it. Well, any important bills. Maybe they passed like the regular bills and stuff going through. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. The only news I'm really going to have about those hearings is what I can find from CNBC while just watching them on the daily, the channel there, or Fox Business probably actually tomorrow. But yeah, I don't think they'll cause too much havoc there. At least I hope not. Volatility, not havoc though. I would be impressed with $30 million even if I had $1 billion riding on the deal. Yeah, you'd always be surprised. Remember when they talked about Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, and they have those huge piles of rice, and they show this 1 grain of rice right here that is so insignificant, and this massive pile. This grain of rice represents this amount of money to them, right? So it's like to Jeff Bezos, like $100,000 or something like that is like worth a penny to him in his mind. So that can kind of explain how crazy the how much money people can have, right? Oh, and hey, Chef, happy to see you back, man. And hey, Chef, I missed my chance to buy Ethereum around $900. You're probably going to have another opportunity to buy it down that low. And you're only $200 off right now. It's at $1,100 currently. I mean, a little over it. But if Bitcoin were to have another crash and go back down to $17,000 and maybe even down to $14,000 as the recession, inflation gets worse heading into July and possibly August, you're going to find an opportunity to make some good money or buy Ethereum for a very good price. Jeez, I'm just pulling out my dog's hair out of my own beard. I need to, gosh, yeah. I give him hugs and I just like, right? And I'm not used to having my beard this long. You guys don't know. This feels freaking irritating to have a beard this long. I'm going to get clean shaved this weekend, and I was going to get like a trim last time. It's all coming off this time. Do you think we see another federal rate hike? Yes, I would prefer to see a federal rate hike of anywhere from 0.75 to 75 basis points or 100 basis points next time around in July. I would assume it's going to be something between 50 and 75. I don't think Jerome Powell has the personality, whatever you want to call it, to go aggressive against inflation. Imagine a bull, or yeah, a bull or a cow, and Jerome Powell has a rope around its neck, like a lassoed it, and he's holding on, and the bull is just pulling him, right? So that's what he's doing. He's being pulled by inflation. What I would want him to do, and I think more aggressive economists would want him to do, and we're not sure this is going to be the best way to do it, but what I would prefer him to do is stop trying to pull the bull and just get in front of the bull and try to put a freaking brick wall in front of it where the wall might crack, it may actually fall down, and we might keep on going through it. But at least the bull is going to hit some type of hard resistance instead of this like little bit of a dragging pull that's not really doing much at this point in time. So I'm kind of hoping for 100 basis points, but I think realistically next month we're going to have anywhere from 50 to 75 basis point rate hike. There'll be another big drop after that happens. There will be, most likely, unless he does something like 0.25 or something crazy. But inflation numbers are going to get worse this month, I think, as well. If they don't, we might have a little bit of a reprieve, and that may give us a little bit of a boost. That might be nice. That may be a July rally. We had a July rally last year. Maybe we'll have the July rally this year too. What's right here? On Hey Wolf Bro, Biden announcing taking off gas tax. Yeah, that's going to be interesting because that's going to increase the demand for gasoline, thereby raising the price. So we're going to have to see how aggressive everything gets. But if he could time it with 4th of July as more of a political thing to like, hey, Democrats are giving you guys a gas tax, be happy, right? People may laugh at it, whatever. But that'd be a good political move for him. But I think as soon as gas goes down like 17 cents, everybody's going to rush back to the gas tank and fill up as fast as they can because they have a feeling that gas is just going to go up again, and they want to take those savings right away, and that might be a problem in the short term afterwards. But we'll have to see how long that gas tax goes into effect. Gas tax removal, whatever you want to call it. If he could somehow time that to his meeting with Saudi Arabia. Here, Wall Street Journal. Slouching to Saudi Arabia. And thanks, Luis. Thanks for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Well, I don't want to pay for your freaking news articles. Okay, let me go to CNN. Maybe this will work out. White House said Sunday that President Joe Biden's upcoming meeting with the Saudi officials will include the kingdom's crown prince. Yes. Oh, messed up Saudi Arabia. Okay. I don't know the exact time. Maybe it's not confirmed. But if he could time that gas tax up with saying, hey, Saudi Arabia can, in a deal with Saudi Arabia pumping more oil, that would be absolutely fantastic for all of us who hate high gas prices. That would be the first major thing he's done to curb inflation personally in a very, very, very long time. And that might be good for him. That would be good for all of us, surely. Because I think, let me see right here. Gas prices, there we go. National gas average is $4.96, down about 4 cents from last week. Not really much help there, but however, it's it's better. It's better than before, and that's at least in a good direction for us. And hey, OD, I feel like the one question Congress will ask Jerome Powell that will wreck the market is under what conditions would a 100 basis point rate hike be necessary? I don't think there's a right way to ask that. It could be asked. Most likely it will be asked. He will have an answer to spin out of that equation. He'll have an answer for it. He has a team that prepares all this stuff. He has a PR team. He has a marketing team, whatever you want to call it, that keeps him in good light with the people. From a political standpoint, he has those staff members to help him out. He'll have an answer saying, "Hey, we don't believe that this is me paraphrasing. We will not at this point in time. We do not see the need to increase the rate hike by 100 basis points." And he'll start saying that the fundamentals of the economy are strong, even though we have seen some weaknesses in the job market. That's ultimately good towards curbing inflation. He'll talk like that, and he'll get out of the question pretty handily. There might be a little bit of a snarky comment back from the congressman or woman, but I think he's going to be able to get out of that question. We've seen questions somewhat similar to this during the press conferences after he does the rate hikes, and he usually has a pretty good way of saying a whole bunch of nothing, but at the same time saying so much. Because he'll be talking for like 5 minutes, and did he say anything new? No, he just talked for 5 minutes. He has that ability. If you guys get into finance or you guys get into those institutional things where it's just those type of institutional background areas or finance, you see a whole bunch of nothing. If you guys, I watched Fox News Sunday, CNN Morning News, or no, CNN. I don't know what the morning show is called. Face the Nation, Meet the Press. I watch a whole bunch of political news this week. To kind of get a vibe because I missed the last few weeks of them. Janet Yellen was on there, and Janet Yellen said a whole bunch of nothing in the most boring way I have ever heard in my life. But guess what? She got through the interview without making any new news. Only thing she said that was newsworthy was what they attached to Biden, and because Biden was saying there's inflation, recession is not inevitable. They made sure to ask her the same question, and then she's like, "Yeah, it's not inevitable. I mean, we have seen slowing signs of the economy. She's like acknowledged some stuff, but she says we don't believe it's inevitable yet." So, all right, they have a way of getting out of it. They have a way of getting out of those types of questions. Yeah, anyways, Wesley, happy to help you out. Let's see, and hey, Ghost. Oh my God, I hear thunder. It's been 95 to 100 degrees. Oh my gosh, it finally got up to like the. Hold on. Weather Tacoma. Oop. 76 degrees right now. This week it's going to get warm, 88 and Sunday. We haven't been 80s in like weeks here, guys. It's been like cold and rainy for the past few months. It's been perfect. Like California is probably going to catch on fire this year again during the fire season. We're hoping that Washington doesn't catch on fire as much as last year. There's been some really bad times out there, like really, really bad times. I wish I could find it. Oh, I have a picture I can show you guys from a few years ago. But it's on a Snapchat, and I don't want to message this girl to get the photo because I'll feel awkward of just taking a screenshot on it. But like here, like when Seattle gets really bad, like that's the smoke level that we see. Just like opening up your windows is enough to cause your fire detectors to go, or your smoke detectors to go off. That's how bad Washington gets when we have wildfires. Although all wildfire smoke usually comes from California or Vancouver or Canada. It's a massive, like here's the Vancouver one. Open up the image, a new tab. Look at that. Look at that. Now Seattle's all the way down here, but just look at all that. That is just a plume of smoke. And they get larger and larger every year, but I think because we had so much rain this year, it may help us out a little bit more. Now let's go back to auto here. And hey, Michael loves my commentary on politics and finance. Now, I'm not the foremost expert on anything related to finance or stocks, but I've been watching these people do their jobs for years. And I kind of have an understanding of how they like to spin stuff. And to get to that level, you have to be very, very smart at spinning the facts and spinning things. Just, I mean, like for real. Go back and look at Janet Yellen talking on CNN. I don't know what the morning channels. I normally don't watch CNN too much. I watch the Sunday morning show every now and again. Inside Politics, no. I forgot what the CNN show is called. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, yeah, drawing a blank. But just look to see how they talk. It is not how normal people talk at all. They have a whole different language that they have had to learn to talk in their world. So when they try to say things to the average American, it comes off as you don't know what you're talking about. You're kind of dumb, aren't you? That's kind of the feeling that you get off of it. And they're very, very intelligent people. It's just this. They have a poor communication problem when it comes to just, dialogue between people, or they have trouble, once you kind of get in that world, they have trouble articulating their thoughts to the average American in a way that the average American will understand. They may not appreciate it, but at least they're going to understand what they're saying. They can't even get to that part. That's why they have, that's why they talk to journalists, and journalists like say, hey, here's what's going on, to try to, close that gap. See, and always Tony, always happy to help you guys out. And hey, did Fed speak? Yeah, but it's even more complicated than Fed speak because there are Federal Reserve people who are actually better at speaking, much better. They just never make it to the top job because they've said too many weird things that can be understood by the American people. Because remember, guys, right now, the media is starting to cover this more, but you guys know the Federal Reserve in some ways wants a recession, right? They want it. They want to see unemployment rates rise. They want to see more people be unemployed. Now, just think about that. They want people to be unemployed because we have too many people that are not that are not unemployed. And the fact that we will have more unemployed people will actually help decrease wages to make sure they're not going to be raised as fast, which means that'll help out inflation in the long term. But in order for that to happen, Americans are going to have to get laid off, right? So it's a very weird thing. Like if you say it like that, it's like, well, damn, the Federal Reserve is going to put people out of the job, and Joe Biden reelected this guy to have this job. So you can't say it that bluntly on TV. Otherwise, it makes it seem like the government is some really bad institution. You kind of have to put in the perspective that what's going on through all these other people's mind is, hey, in order for everybody else to have lower prices and for inflation to curve, we're going to have some portion of the country suffer because of it, right? And that's the honest truth. We don't have a system yet to fix this besides making people lose their jobs. And so the reason they have this Fed speak and this type of, talking pattern is to say bad stuff but make it not seem really bad. If you guys watch CNBC enough or Fox Business enough or Bloomberg enough, you'll hear the way that the talking heads talk about this type of stuff, and it's very, very interesting to see, like, when they have the realization that they said, oops, I said it too well, so the average American might realize what I said. They have a thought process like, uh-oh, and they're like, they'll try to walk it back a little bit. It's just the way it is, right? So people will lose their jobs because of all this, but it's by design, right? And that's why you won't see too much chaos, because it's by design. Now, where there might be some chaos is with the chance of us running out of some major food products like baby formula, maybe we run out of some of our fruit, vegetables, maybe some grains like bread, whatever it may be. That'll lead to the majority of the panic, but that's not really in the Federal Reserve's control. That's more in the federal government's control, not Jerome Powell's. So he'll be like, that ain't my problem. And that'll get walked onto the political side of the spectrum. Agenda 2030. That's why they call it unemployment report instead of the employment report. That's that way the number is lower. It sounds better. Oh yeah, always. But I mean, people fib about stuff all the time. Remember, I was watching the news the other day, and Biden was saying that Trump lost so many jobs during his presidency, like more jobs than any other president, something like that. But at the end of the day, like, I think an average person in the country, whether you're like left or right, you would be able to say, well, there was a pandemic. All the scientists said to close all the jobs down. Trump followed the science, I guess you would say, and that circumstance, and it ended up what do you want to say? It ended up like a lot of people got laid off, and then we had to do the huge unemployment benefits thing. So there was a reason for it, but not to pick on Biden or anything like that or Trump. They say stuff understanding that Americans have a very short-term memory when it comes to big events like this. And so people tend to forget it after a few days. And that's kind of true, I think, right? So, I mean, I sure do. I mean, we talked about the crisis in Uvalde. Most people are already going on about their life and forgetting about all that type of stuff that happened. We talk about the crisis with Russia and Ukraine. Most people are already tired of us giving tons of money to Ukraine when we still have, like homeless vets, homeless people in the streets that need mental health care, stuff like that. Everybody said we were going to save a bunch of money after we got out of Afghanistan. We're still spending just as much money just on other stuff, right? So there's always a bunch of stuff happening in politics. It's all, I don't know. I'm very cynical about politics. I'm only optimistic about local politics because I can call my local congressperson and say, hey, I'm having an issue with this. Can you hamstring the bureaucracy to help me out? In which case, many times they can. But as far as the further the politics gets away from me, the more it's just like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but it seems like a game, right? So it's a weird one. They have a whole different language. At least I know that my local congressman, I can see them at the local town hall, something like that they may have, and it's much, much easier to have a conversation with them. All right. Hey, Bideford, have a great, great rest of your night. Oh, I love Charles Payne. I need more African Americans in the finance world, and plus the guy is just funny, and he's fat like me, so I enjoy, I enjoy watching him. But have a good night, Bideford. When each party talks about how many jobs they've created, like current, they both say they create like thousands of jobs. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they didn't create squat. They might have stabilized economic conditions, but usually just businesses, hey, economic conditions are good. Let's hire more people. It's more like that. It's always what I bet if the CEOs of the business world are like, what the heck are these people talking about? But like, let them have their moments. All right. One other thing here, guys. Whale number 4 is still buying up a little crypto, but they haven't bought any. Whale number 3, they haven't bought any more Bitcoin since the 17th. So we're just kind of patiently waiting. I'll let you guys know when they start selling again because that was a good sign for the last drop that we had here, maybe like 2 days ahead of time. And then one other thing here, guys, that whale number 3 that popped up here for just a second disappeared. I don't know where that person went. Flat out disappeared. I will try to find them again here. What I think I'm going to have to do is actually go into my search history and try to find it. And then I might be able to track down what happened to all that Bitcoin, if it got transferred to an exchange, a wallet, whatever. But there was like, $3 billion of Bitcoin bought in a matter of like a week. And now it's all gone somewhere, and I want to figure out where it went. All right, let's go back over here. Anything actually new happened today? No. Whole bunch of nothing. Dogecoin's up 8% 24 hours. That's nice to see. Shiba's still doing a fine. If I can find it down here. ICP. I'm surprised. ICP, guys. If I can go over here to find it very fast. You see, this time ICP reached Loki. You see ICP up here from the lows. It rallied up like 40%, but it didn't rally up as much as I think it would. It actually got rejected by the 20-day moving average, which was kind of interesting. I'm hoping ICP can go even higher after this rally, maybe back up to the 50-day moving average if we get lucky, but I don't know if time will allow that to happen here. So kind of interesting that I saw with ICP over the last few days here. There you go. And you can still see some shorts trying to keep Bitcoin down. They probably don't want it to break out above this trend line. You guys can see this little bit of a trend line like right here. I got that. They want to see Bitcoin continue to grind. I think if Bitcoin breaks it above this, this will be a good sign to for some little bit of a reversal going out throughout to finish off the day here for the next 10, 15 hours or something like that. I guess that'd be a good little move. Oh, I should probably make this more precise so the 24-hour stream people can watch it. There we go. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. Who makes his suits? Oh gosh, secret fish. Oh man, Mike is calling out the whales. I want to figure out where that money went for real. I really do want to figure out where that money went. Whale number 3 is now like 20 or 30. Oh, okay. I'll have to find them. I'll look at my search results. I want to see if I can track with those wallets, see where that money went, because that was a lot of money being bought up in a short amount of time. Let's see. We need the bulging in all directions. Hey, the moment that we have a golden cross on the weekly charts, and it kind of symbolizes, hey, we're gonna start going into high gear here. I'm gonna cook some bear up live on a grill or something like that, so we can have some fun and talk about it to kind of celebrate. Hey, things are looking really good and so forth. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Oh, why are you trying to bite me? You know you're not supposed to bite. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm playing with you. I know. I know. It's funny when you play with him because he knows he's not supposed to bite. So what he tries to do is he tries to gum you, but like he thinks if he doesn't like close his mouth, he's not biting you. But if he just so happens to have his mouth over your finger and then move up and down, then it's not biting. It's just playing. He tries to be very specific and technical. All right, there we go. He always wants to say hi. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And hey, D's, yeah. And guys, I'm actually going to finish up the stream here as well. I'm like 16 minutes over. Everybody have a good day. Right now, I'm not expecting a major crash to happen anytime soon. I really just want to see some consolidation over the next few days. We'll see if I'm correct about that or not. Kind of an update here. The futures markets are all down, but not down more than 1%. So we're kind of iffy. I want to see if we can start off low tomorrow and kind of grind up like the opposite today where we kind of open up high then grinded down. I want to see if that'll work out. And I don't see anything. I don't see anything really crazy happening to the market anytime soon. We'll see if I'm wrong there. At least for the crypto market, I want to see if we can at least stagnate for a little bit of time and then move up to try to create some type of setup where we can have another another breakdown play for a short. But until then, I have some shorts that I opened up today after we closed down below this level. I'm pretty generous about my stop loss. Not my stop losses. I'm pretty generous about how when I want to take my profits. I'm just going to take them whenever I feel like, hey, I might not be able to make money off of this trade if it continues going up, right? So I'm patiently waiting. We're still plenty lower than where we are now, but I'm watching it pretty closely. And tonight when I go to sleep, I'm going to have like a 1% stop loss, positive stop loss. So if the price, so at minimum, basically, I'm walking away with 1% profit. That's my main thing. I want to walk away with some profit, but just enough to cover the fees. But if we keep on going down tomorrow, I'll be happy to keep on holding on those shorts for maybe a day or plus more, moving that stop loss down as needed, okay? So everybody have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and hopefully